Rashford is in. It's a beautiful first touch. And Rashford is in. And Rashford has scored. Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through. The Bruggen's out of this goal. 2 goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch. And Rashford is in. And Rashford has scored. Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through. The Bruggen's out of this goal. 2 goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch. And Rashford is in. And Rashford has scored. Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through. The Bruggen's out of this goal. 2 goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch. And Rashford is in. And Rashford has scored. Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through. The Bruggen's out of this goal. 2 goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch. And Rashford is in. And Rashford has scored. Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through. The Bruggen's out of this goal. 2 goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch. And Rashford is in. And Rashford has scored. Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through. The Bruggen's out of this goal. 2 goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
It's a beautiful first touch. And Rashford is in. And Rashford has scored. Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through. The Bruggen's out of this goal. 2 goals in 2 games for Marcus Rashford.
Pulls the trigger, he sneaks it through. Jamaica silences the...
Yeah, man. Big up on yourself, people. Welcome back to another live stream. Couple days before game day. We said let's just come and catch a vibe with the people, them chop it up and see what not feel like. A few people are a bit not very happy when it as far as this how the feeling in the team because they just feel like they don't know what's going to happen. That's just the thing when Jamaica is gonna play. Still looking, I think the talent is there. We got a number. I'm just trying to close out some things, people, because I was making some music, so I have all these big programs, Pro Tools, and these things running in the background. So they're gonna really drain my CPU. No, hold on. So I have to get these things out. Cancel this. Of course, quit. I'm gonna try to quit this as quick as possible. Yeah, so the screen. I just don't want this to start. Don't want this to start freezing up. 1 second. All right. And yeah. There we go. Okay. All right. All right. We should be good. Or we should be at least a little bit better now. Hold on. It's to get back to normal. Yeah. Big up yourself, Fatal Fear. Isaac Hayden and Lewis Baker. It seems like they are ready to play for Jamaica. I'm not sure. I see this is one of the same guys though. He put out this article before, or he made this tweet on Twitter. I saw somebody with it today. He had a tweet about um these two players potentially changing to play for Jamaica. All right, I'm gonna say something very unpopular. For right now, I have no problem with these two players playing for Jamaica as of right now. But I want you guys to hear me out, and I want the JFF people in the Jamaican Football Federation. This is your segment. This is gonna be very hard to. I really wish I can play that. Have to play that as well. All right, I want to segue into that as well. It was. I want to play something from CVM. I don't really do that on my show, but today we're gonna have a discussion. And we're gonna at the end of this show, it's gonna be nice, people. That show is gonna be lovely. It's gonna be a little bit of positive. We're gonna be everything is gonna be balanced, the positives and the negatives. That's how we do it over here. Everything is going to be fully balanced. So now we're on ourselves. All right, we're gonna balance it out and we're gonna talk about it. But at the end of the show, though, we will end up be supporting Jamaica and going forward. But we're gonna have a tough discussion. I just about just how some people yeah man, big up yourself, Williamson. Big up yourself, my boss. Big up. Dr. Dan, bless up yourself. Everybody, remember to hit the like button. I just have to get this piece of audio from TVJ. No, CVM. I thought it was interesting. You guys probably see it already. Let me see what he was saying here. All right, here it is. I wanted to. This is I think you guys should supposed to hear. No, I don't know. Wait. Yeah, man. People, this audio does not belong to me. This is from, I think this was recorded on a show on CVM. I don't really like to play audio on my show, but tonight we're going to do it. All right? All right. Wait. Let me know if
Nations League fixtures against Nicaragua and Honduras. However, the appointment of the 63-year-old
can you guys hear this?
is still being questioned.
While most football analysts
Can you guys hear this?
believe that Steve McLaren is the right man for the job.
Can you hear that, people? Let me know in the comment section. We have to get this right because we're going to have a discussion here today. Let me know. Can you hear this? Bless up yourself, True Blue. Can you hear it?
Retired Jamaican international Alan Skill Cole disagrees.
I also really support what I've been seeing. The reason why I'm telling you that, here's a big coach coming from Europe. You're coming from Europe and you don't have a job in Europe with all these.
So this is Alan Skill Cole, people. This is a man that has been awarded by FIFA for his work when it comes on to football in Jamaica. So, well, we're just gonna hear his take on this, and you guys can check it out, the audio from it.
Most football analysts and supporters believe that Steve McLaren is the right man for the job. Retired Jamaican international Alan Skill Cole disagrees.
I also really support what I've been seeing. The reason why I'm telling you that, here's a big coach coming from Europe. You're coming from Europe and you don't have a job in Europe with all these so many clubs in Europe, and you tell me that this man is a big coach and him do have a job in Europe and come here. You bring him here because them say you can learn English players come and thing. I don't accept that. If you're a big coach, you should have a big job. You should have a job in Europe. because there are so many opportunities there. You come and tell me there's a big coach. What big coach?
All right, let's start back from the front, people.
Steve McLaren is set to begin preparation for the upcoming CONCACAF Nations League fixtures
All right.
against Nicaragua and Honduras. However, the appointment of the 63-year-old Englishman is still being questioned.
While most football analysts and supporters believe that Steve McLaren is the right man for the job, retired Jamaican international Alan Skill Cole disagrees.
Those who really support what I've been seeing, the reason why I'm telling you that, here's a big coach coming from Europe. You're coming from Europe and you don't have a job in Europe with all these there are so many clubs in Europe, and you tell me that this man is a big coach and him do have a job in Europe and come here. You bring him here because they say you can't learn English players to come and think. I don't accept that. If you're a big coach, you should have a big job. You should have a job in Europe because there are so many opportunities there. You come and tell me there's a big coach. What big coach? It is just we get carried away. And you know what we get carried away? It's a white man. If it's a black man, you don't but let me tell you straight. We get carried away with this color thing. That because a man come from England, a man come from there, we carry away. We must get rid of that crazy thinking. If he was that greater coach, he would have a big job. You come here and build his resume.
Brazilian René Simões created history 26 years ago when Jamaica qualified for the FIFA World Cup in France 1998. And the outspoken Cole was asked why Simões was able to get the job done.
One of the reasons why Simões was able to get the type of support. And I say it again, I miss on that I'm a racist. I'm not a racist. Simões had the complexion and people in the private sector. We still have a problem in our country. We still have a very, very serious problem in our country. And that's one of the reasons he gets along. Simões was a coach. Gam was the guy who had the knowledge. Simões was not a coach. If Simões was a good coach after he left here, without a job. He didn't keep a job, not even for 6 months after that. Don't tell me about him. And I don't want a man to feel like there's any animosity or anything like that. But it's a reality. Let's face it, the facts are there. But he got this support because of his skin complexion. And we must get rid of those things. There's a big thing going on in Jamaica football. When they go away, they must be like a white man. I'm sorry.
And what about the constant recruiting of England-born players by the Jamaica Football Federation?
No, that is not. That is crazy. That is crazy. How can you develop the football in the country? You bring in players from outside of our national program to come and play a game.
That
Reggae Boys head coach Steve McLaren is set to begin preparation for the upcoming CONCACAF Nations League fixtures against
People, remember to hit the like button. Yo, Hala Madrid, Texican. Make sure you hit the like button, my boss. Siobhan, yo, we are listening to this, you know. This is from Alan Skill Cole. You probably don't agree with him, but this is still somebody who FIFA basically gave an award to for his contribution to Jamaican football. He also has the right to say that none of us has done for Jamaican football that he had. So we have to be mindful of the situation. We can't just say, yo, listen, it's quite radical and it's quite extreme, but these are some of the tough truths they don't want the people don't want to really face the reality that, yes, we look at things one way, but this is how it goes. Respect is still due to a man who has done it for Jamaica. And I'm not going to lose my brain cells because I'm getting carried away and I say, yo, what is somebody I talk about a madman this evening? No. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. This is a Jamaican's point of view. Whether or not we like it or not, that's just a tough reality. And we have to deal with it. That's just a tough reality and we have to deal with it. All right? So we're gonna listen to it because I'm listening to him keenly. There are some things that he says in there where, you know, it's questionable, but it's his point of view.
Questioned. Reggae Boys head coach Steve McLaren is set to begin preparation for the upcoming CONCACAF Nations League fixtures against Nicaragua and Honduras. However, the appointment of the 63-year-old Englishman is still being questioned.
While most football analysts and supporters believe that Steve McLaren is the right man for the job, retired Jamaican international Alan Skill Cole disagrees.
Good piece of work. Good piece of reporting by the female reporter there. I like her clarity and how she's structured, how she's outlined things. Big up herself. I don't know who that is, but that's well presented. Well presented. Great
I
job
also
there.
really support what I've been seeing. The reason why I'm telling you that.
Reggae Boys head coach Steve McLaren is set to begin preparation for the upcoming CONCACAF Nations League fixtures against Nicaragua and Honduras. However, the appointment of the 63-year-old Englishman is still being questioned.
While most football analysts and supporters believe that Steve McLaren is the right man for the job, retired Jamaican international Alan Skill Cole disagrees.
I also really support what I've been seeing. The reason why I'm telling you that. Here's a big coach coming from Europe. You're coming from Europe and you have a job in Europe with all these so many clubs in Europe, and you tell me that this man is a big coach and him do have a job in Europe and come here. You bring him here because they say you can't learn English players to come and thing. I don't accept that. If you're a big coach, you should have a big job. You should have a job in Europe because there are so many opportunities there. You come and tell me this is a big coach. What big coach? It is just we get carried away. And you know what I think we get carried away? If it's a white man, if it's a black man, you don't get none. But let me tell you straight. We get carried away with this color thing. That because a man come from England, a man come from there, we carried away. We must get rid of that crazy thinking. If he was that greater coach, he would have a big job. You come here and build his resume.
Brazilian René Simões created history 26 years ago when Jamaica qualified for the FIFA World Cup in France in 1998. And the outspoken Cole was asked why Simões was able to get the job done.
One of the reasons why Simões was able to support. I'll say it again, and may sound that I'm a racist. I'm not a racist. Simões had the complexion, and people in the private sector, we still have a problem in our country. We still have a very, very serious problem in our country. And that's one of the reasons he gets along. Simões was a coach. Gam was the guy who had the knowledge. Simões was not a coach. If Simões was a good coach after he left here, without that resume we gave him, without a job, he didn't keep a job, not even for 6 months after that. Don't tell me about him. And I don't want a man to feel like there's any animosity again. And me son that I'm a racist. I'm not a racist. Simões had the complexion, and people in the private sector, we still have a problem in our country. We have a very, very serious problem in our country. And that's one of the reasons he gets along. Simões was a coach. Gam was the guy who had the knowledge. Simões was not a coach. If Simões was a good coach after he left here, without that resume we gave him, without a job, he didn't keep a job, not even for 6 months after that. Don't tell me about him. And I don't want a man to feel like there's any animosity or anything like that. But it's a reality. Let's face it, the fact that he got this support because of his skin complexion, and we must get rid of those things. There's a big thing going on in Jamaica football. When they go away, they must be like a white man. I'm sorry.
And what about the constant recruiting of England-born players by the Jamaica Football Federation?
No, that is not. That is crazy. That is crazy. How can you develop the football in the country? You bring players from out of the national program to come and play a game 2, 3, 4, 5 days they bring him in. That's not arguing well for our football. It is not doing good for our football. That is that is destroying the football. What you're saying to make the transition. So for me, it's a no-no.
In 2010, Cole was presented with a plaque by then FIFA President Sepp Blatter in recognition of his contribution to Jamaican football. Angela Melville, CVM Sports.
All right, that's her name, Andrea Malvo. Okay, Andrea Malvo. That's really good reporting. So, no, people, you hear Alan Skill Cole there. Well, we might not agree with the gentleman there, but he's a Jamaican and he sees it in a very raw manner. Where some of us is a bit more advanced on the topic, and we're like, this is the way how Jamaica is gonna go. No, listen, part of me sympathizes with Alan Skill Cole because he also has an idea of how he sees Jamaican football. Not necessarily mean that his approach is the way forward. But also his approach is part of the balance of the structure. Because the structure has to be balanced where the continuity is still there while we are trying to win. I think there are some people who are trying to, we want Jamaica to win at all costs. We want Jamaica to win at all costs. That sounds great, but there is still a football that's being played in Jamaica that's still played in the country, and we have to be very mindful of this. We cannot just think that, listen, we alone have the answer. And I'm not agreeing with Alan Skillpool. No, I have a message for the JFF. I have a message here for the JFF, who I think this should go. And I don't think the fans are really going to like what I'm going to say right now either. I don't think a lot of people are really going to like what I'm going to say right now. You see me I say? But after this World Cup, the JFF needs to make sure this is a part of the Constitution. This needs to be a part of the Constitution. After the 2026 World Cup, if a player has been approached by the federation prior to the age of 25 and they refuse to play for Jamaica, hence, after the age of 25, they're no longer eligible to play for Jamaica. That's the only thing I see that can make sure we keep that counterbalance where players don't just wait this thing out and Jamaica becomes a retirement home team. We have to be realistic about this as well. And part of the continuity is not just players coming in like, no, Isaac Hayden and those players have, they've been there. No, if this report is true, can somebody send me the Isaac Hayden interview on my phone? Yo, send me the Isaac Hayden interview to my WhatsApp so we can also remind the fans as well how a person like Skill Cole can also feel like that. Because his passion for his country, that's what emboldens him to go out there and say what he just said. He believes in what he's saying. No, I'm saying Jamaica cannot also become a retirement home team. And it has to be a thing for you to get the best players at a certain age. You let them know that, listen, if we approach you through a proper approach for you to play for Jamaica and you decide to wait it out for England until you're 29, you should not be able to play for Jamaica. However, if you are smart enough, you will also see what I just did there. Players are still eligible for a call-up if they wasn't approached by the JFF before the age of 25. But if the JFF has basically saw you and the Jamaica team as a talent to play for Jamaica, and you have turned down that call-up, you shouldn't be eligible to play for Jamaica after the age of 25. If you've never been approached and you're still over the age of 25, you're eligible. Because to get stronger, we need the youngest players coming in to compete against young talents coming out of Jamaica, mixed with experience. You see what I say? You see me? I say mixed with experience. That's something that, yeah, man, on the WhatsApp number. You see me? Mixed with experience. Because, like, no, I'm just saying, bro. Yes, for now, it's a free for all, DJ Flair. It is a free for all. No, we want Isaac Hayden and them now. Because we need to win to set the platform. But going forward, as we said, players like Brandon Covers, Splat, the Dujon Whispers, the Kaim Dixons, other young players coming out, the Reeds coming out of Jamaica, that's the place we want to get to. Not just waiting till guys are almost retiring from waiting for England. I don't care what nobody want to tell me upon YouTube say. I don't care. That tells me that your brain cells, like, you don't care you don't care about the football in Jamaica either. If you really look at it that way, you really don't care about the football in Jamaica, because the answer, if you care about the football in Jamaica, you know that's the answer. Some people want to say the youths them in Jamaica, them no good, them can't come. No, bro. The FIFA put football in our country for also development, and they have it in stages. The youth teams and players make it out up to the senior team. So there has to be a pathway. And we're not going off that radical shit that skill code just talk about, where it's like, yo, where them I go with a white man, and we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the balanced solution, because there has to be a solution as well. Jamaica cannot continue like this after 2026, where we're taking 4 years to find a defensive midfielder out of a whole country and a whole diaspora. No, it's because we haven't been developing players in our country. And JFF, you have gotten it wrong. You have gotten it wrong on development. But I also think that you guys have come to an honest place and realize, like, we have gotten it wrong. No, they need a surplus. They need revenue. So we know we're trying to assemble a team together, and we all on board and we want to win. After the 2026 World Cup, Jamaica football needs to have a different approach, where we're getting the best young players from England and the diaspora and the best young players from Jamaica. I don't care when nobody want to tell me, say, bro. Yeah. Yes, man. Let's do it for the oh, this guy is serious. Let me get this. I think somebody sent it to me. I want to get the Isaac Hayden thing. Bro, me think Russell, me think you send the video, the Isaac Hayden thing, bro. I did have the interview there, but I don't want to go through my phone. Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say to you, Dr. Dan, is, you see, this is how negotiation works. And this is where people like a Donald Trump, so like a lot of his qualities you don't need, but some of his qualities, that's how he would have probably negotiate this. Players need to know that Jamaica has some level of value as well. Where we say up to 25, bro. If we've been talking to you about playing for Jamaica and you're still waiting on England, that's such as life. Such is life. We don't wait till the players are 29. This is a player here, like Isaac Hayden, who stated that on his deathbed he would rather play for England. I don't give a shit what anybody says. As a Jamaican, you have to think about your pride as well. I know people tell you not to have any pride, but it's part of who you are as a people, a prideful people. That's why we didn't accept slavery. That's why Jamaica was one of the first countries to side with South Africa to basically boycott for apartheid. It's still that. Those are some of the same pride that Jamaican people have. And if the player is even saying, that's a person who's saying that he would rather never, because he doesn't have any connection. You cannot disagree with people feeling a certain way of that. You see what I'm saying? That's just, and we're not even, as I said, this is this own man thing that he's on, but you know how I feel with the Isaac Hayden and those kind of player thing. You know how I feel about that. I said this time now, it's a free for all. McLaren has the free go to create a team, and we need to win now, and we need to go as far as we can in the World Cup. But after this, bro, 2026 and onwards, I don't care if that's disrespectful, Russell. I'm saying I'm standing up for some of the youths in Jamaica who football potentially can be life-saving for them. I don't care what, bro. I just know I'm on the right side of history with that. I'm telling you, bro, I'm gonna be on the right side of history for that, because that's fairness. It has to be a standard set where you can get fairness out of it, because hence, you see me I say? Hence, you're gonna have just an overflow of it. It's just gonna overflow to one way where we're just constantly just trying to find players, 28, 29, championship, League One, this, that. Yeah, bro. That's how it's gonna be, bro. So we that's how I basically look at it, that we have to find a balance for the people there and the youths coming through. Come on. I don't care. Anybody want to tell me, say, yo, players need to just get up and say, yo, may I come play for Jamaica tomorrow? Then you don't have no standard. It's like somebody say them can just come get up and do with you. Like, come on. You see what I say? Well, if Cian Hall, when have I not been wrong for you, bro? I've always been wrong for you. We've probably never agreed on anything. It's because you don't understand that they are still, the way how we talk about Jamaican football team sometimes is like there's no other Jamaicans living there. Like there's nobody there. Like the country now is just this place in our head where there's nobody there. You see what I'm saying? So the JFF right now, we don't have the leverage to really set in place anything. We need anybody we can get. But think about it going forward. You know what I just said? I said after the World Cup 2026. And it's so crazy that people cannot see what I'm saying. That Jamaica needs to come up with a strategy to harness the talent mixed with experience from the diaspora and young talents coming together to form a team. Like if I cannot explain that, that is tough. That is really tough. So it's like there's no hope there for Jamaica and the football in Jamaica. That's tough. Wow. It's bad, bro. If that's how we're gonna look at it, it's tough. Yeah, man. People hit the like button on the video. Anyone of the Destiny all right. Choose I agree some aspects, JT. You will learn in life that more you make rules, the more you might have break them and yet get vexed. No, bro. I'm not gonna think you're and I love that. If we're in a room, reggae boys reactor, and we're trying to come to a realization about something, you're gonna want ideas like yours on the table, that counter argument and that balance. But what I would also say is I see an opportunity in the problem to get a solution in the sense where there's always going to be people in Jamaica. Bro, I'm the one. There are people who call me sometimes in the DNA, bro, more time, like football fans, people who watch it and say, JT, me feel disconnected from the team. Like, me just feel like, yeah, and they still supporting the team. So I don't know if because people were in the comment section, we think that we're the only Reggae Boys fan. Right now, it's only 180 of us here. That's it. It's only 180 of us here. There's 2 point something million people in Jamaica. Great. So if we are not gonna be able to come up with ideas and ways to come up with a solution, we're like, yo, get it to the team. Call here Wes Harden. Call Wes Harden. No. Yo, where Tabo? Where brother don't know leader? Call him. No. The youth them at Jamaica can't play them. No good. It's like, bro, calm down. Get him out of the room. He's being boisterous. And let's get logical thinkers around the table. That's what I'm talking about. There has to be, after the World Cup and the JFF, you should be preparing to plan this out going forward, where it's not, where there is some balance of how it's going to work, where we end up competing for the best. So players, because these players will already set the standard. They're going to show the standard that Jamaica can play up to this level. So now the younger players coming in after that from the diaspora, UK, anywhere the US or wherever leagues they're playing, and the young players out of Jamaica would have caught up somewhat coming through. And we build a team that way and keep adding pieces. Me not go listen to man, we are telling me the whole time, say, yo, after 2026, yo, Michael Hector is still only 35, you know, dog. Hector is still only 35, you know. Wanna say? Yeah, man. We can call back my boy down the same. Still only 31, bro. Yeah, I'll reveal them me I talk to. I'm telling you, this go around is a free for all. Great. We just need to qualify and we need to win. But this is why, this is where, if I'm in a room with a whole bunch of people, right? People of power is gonna always want to have a conversation with me because they know that they're gonna quickly realize that I'm not gonna try to. My brain cells now gonna just get, because it's something that I want. I would want Jamaica to have, yeah, the 23 best players out there. But that's also a thing where you're going to have to compare leagues and a lot of trajectories and the thing that comes with international football and how FIFA intended football to be and football programs. You see me I say? So I think I would be able to have the conversation in many different ways. But I think the JFF needs to have a clear understanding after the 2026 World Cup campaign. And that should start now. Big man thing, the best young players going forward. And Jamaica, the development of football, we're going to want to see young players coming out of Jamaica as well. Because I've seen players in the Manning Cup and the Costa Cup who is as good as players who play in the PL2, but they lack other attributes. But the player in the PL2 lacks certain attribute that that player has in Jamaica. So that tells me is that the development just hasn't taken place correctly, where the player has missed a key piece of their fundamental. That can be fixed. That can be fixed. People, don't let nobody chicken about 30 years, them thing I take, this not take 30 years, what me I telling about. But even so, that's why the Chinese are dominating right now economically when it comes on to the Belt and Road Initiative. They had a future strategic plan and they're just out now implementing that. We are always very reactive. You have to be proactive. You got to see where trends are going. Listen, Jamaica academies are going to catch up in Jamaica at some point. Maybe not to the pinnacle of world standard, but I still believe that Jamaica will catch up at some point where we can see where coaches, more trained coaches can see the problems that these youngsters have and try to at least fix that. Remember, if our coaches coaches the players in Jamaica 10% better than they did in a period of time, Jamaica would already be the youths in Jamaica would already be 10% better than previous groups of players. So there's many ways to look at progress. I think a lot of people are just looking at progress as this big grand mass thing in their head. Progress is when you see incremental changes and steps going along and you're seeing that you're accomplishing things maybe on a percentage basis. You're crunching the numbers. How many actual players in Jamaica wants to be a professional? I think that's something they need to find out from the high school level. I think maybe they need to, it's either they figure out if it's going to be a league where it's just kids playing or whatever that's going to be. Tyreek Magee star for me. I think that, yeah, man, and we're going to get to that, man. So I just think the JFF, Isaac Hayden and Louis Baker, what I'm on him, bro, great. If they come, I'm going to support them. But don't think I'm like, yo, this is the way forward after 2026. Because as a Jamaican, some people that wish, you know what I mean, a charge of them thing there. Because it would have to work out balance. People are not going to like it. You're not going to like it. People are not going to like it. But it has to be a balance where these players wait till they're 28, 29 and England done with them. Isaac Hayden is in the reserve team at Newcastle. Great. We don't have any players as good as him. But he's in the reserve. If a Tyreek Magee was in the reserve of any club, he's not even coming to play for Jamaica. And Tyreek Magee is playing, and people were telling me that the kid cannot be in the team because he was developing Jamaica. That's madness. I don't care. I'm not gonna get carried away and lose my mind and be like, yeah, bro, yeah, man, because Isaac Hayden is in the reserve team at Newcastle. Yeah, man. Yeah, bro, you're losing your mind. Yes, great. Let him come. But the show has to go on. The show has to go on. And when the show goes on, you work with what's in front of you. I don't know. Some people just don't want like nobody else to be in the team. It cannot work like that. They cannot just take the team as one thing like that, bro, where it's just, players like just show up and say, oh, man, 30, Jamaica, what you say? That person did come. Let me say wrap it up on the line. Put up the WhatsApp number. Okay. All right. We never drop the WhatsApp number, right? All right. Brother, probably gone for the road. Let me get the WhatsApp number. Yeah, bro. And I always gonna come on with that because it's not every time it's gonna be a bash Jamaica thing. There's sometimes we have to remember that you have to also stand up for Jamaica and think about how you gaining the experience you got overseas, how would you go about it? You see what I say? And remember, when I always tell people, like when I say youths coming through in Jamaica or anywhere, I want to have a coach where the coach in the future, where the coach see all these youths based on their developmental level. And the one that can play, they plays. Because anybody knows that making the squad is can't believe the man choose to represent Jamaica at 20 or 29. Yeah, bro. That's the thing, bro. That's the trend. That's what we don't want to turn into a trend. That's what I'm saying. That's what we don't want to turn into a trend. Right now, the players who are here, They are here, and we're working with them. 1 second, people. Let me add this number. Yeah, bro. We don't want that to become a trend, bro. Let me just do this very quick. We don't want that to become a trend. We want to add some value to Jamaica. And going forward, I think that's a strategic move by the JFF to let people know that listen, playing for Jamaica, playing for Jamaica is also a gift. You know, playing for Jamaica is also something great. Because I remember youths growing up in Jamaica and we play ball and we say, yo, them man they are national. And from them man they liquor, you know, see them man they want to play for Jamaica because they've been putting in the work. Maybe it's not where some of you would think, like, as some of the players in England, but yeah, we still grew up watching Walter Boy and those guys, and we thought they were as good as anybody. You see me, I say? So something went off, but there has to be balance, bro. There has to be balance, where it's a two-edged. I love how McLaren is because I also and McLaren, I'm not beating your McLaren or anything, but I just do want to know what the coach is doing though when he's not. That's something I'm gonna want to know though. What the coach is doing when he's not coaching the team in Jamaica. Is it a thing in the deal where the JFF is saying, listen, because is McLaren being underpaid? I don't know. Because if McLaren is not being underpaid, I need McLaren to be coaching coaches in Jamaica. If he's not being underpaid, he needs to be coaching coaches in Jamaica because he has that talent and we need him to do that. All right. We're going to need McLaren to be doing something unless the JFF saying, all right, we give you half of the money so you can just go home when you're ready and just come back, come coach you them. I need to know though. I need to know if McLaren just what he does really during that time. And I'm not pressuring the coach. As I said, we have the coach on the field. That's the coach's job. I want McLaren leave some of that knowledge in Jamaica. This is how the Chinese operate intellectual property. A company goes to China and try to set up business down there. You start a car company in China. You start having these cars on the conveyor belt. The Chinese wants to know, how are you building these things, because they want to have a company that's potentially government backed or government funded company that's going to compete with you in 10 years, and you're going to have to leave China. If you look in Europe right now, a lot of chip manufacturers and a lot of other small startups who went to China, Shenzhen, they're all coming back to Europe now. Same thing, because China got they got the blueprint, the intellectual property. They see what they're doing, and China right now is making some of the best EVs right now. You see me? I said China is making some of the best EVs, and who would have thought Tesla had to cut their prices in China just to compete? So you always have to think about your local market. That's an asset as well. You always have to think about that. But you get the intellectual property, which is the coaching education from a man like McLaren. You don't just have him sit there and just during the coaching, when the coaching thing is off. Bro, I haven't received anything on WhatsApp, bro. I haven't received anything on WhatsApp. I don't know. I haven't received anything on WhatsApp. Maybe you sent it to the wrong number, dog. Maybe, bro, I thought you said somebody should check my WhatsApp. Is this a joke or what? Local, we said JT. Okay, that are you, bro. I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying how I'm thinking about it. I'm saying a balance, because it's not the locals alone will not do it, bro. The locals alone will not do it. You see me? The locals alone will not do it. So that is it. I don't know. Somebody just call. I don't know if the match I call or the match I send me something more. It's a new number, you know. We have to set for hang up if them people go rude boy upon me or something. Pretty sure.
Hello.
Yo, you just called a while ago?
Yeah.
All right, blessings. What going? Where you say now?
Yeah, me that's me agree with what you say still. Me see the point where you talk about. You see, because we can't depend on the England them to come over like when them almost out of them prime.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You
Because
know, if
yeah,
you
yeah,
say,
sis-
if you say, "Ah, I don't know, nobody else not see that."
but it's like a while ago why me have to call you still. You know why me have to call you that? Cause as me I think in my head, me I think about it and you are talk it as me I think it. That's so weird. I know the same thing when I think about the man I say what me I think right at the same time. I say, wait, oh, that's
People,
crazy, yo. Me say me
yeah,
have to
yeah,
call it.
the people might say like them not understand, say, bro, that is the
No
realistic
man,
way,
it's
bro.
like we have like a 8 year or 4 year plan
Yeah.
when we have to develop the youth them what we have picked now, we have to develop them up now.
Mm.
The 17, the under 17 them
Yeah, yeah.
and build them up for and build them up.
We are right with what going on right now, bro, because this is the
Yeah,
realistic
we have to do
situation.
what we are doing right now because we don't have a choice. Well, we never plan. So we
Exactly.
have to have a plan now. We have to have a plan.
Yeah.
We have to put a plan together. Where like a 10 year plan at least. Because
Mm-hmm.
right now we're so way behind. The field stadium, we have to fix the stadium, we
Yeah,
have
the
to
feel them, brother, the feel them. But
we have,
like the
we have to
surface
we
down
have
at
to get the
Chilani,
coach them properly. We coach them at Jamaica, them have to get proper coaching, proper learning. They have to go back to school and learn something. Learn.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
have it. I know. Right now, yeah, it's like a 10 year. We did like 10 year behind now.
Yeah,
Be
we're
honest.
10 year behind. That's why I mean, I tell them, so we have to just plan 10 year ahead if you even try catch up.
Head exactly.
You see me? Because what them want, some people want to do is abandon the whole idea of
You
footballers
can't,
coming up out of Jamaica. We cannot do that, bro.
can't do that. We have to plan first. That's why even the Chinese thing we are talking about, we are saying look how Chinese copycat America and
And
actually I come better
I
than
come
them
better.
with everything they used to copycat. Remember they used to copycat everything, man. You see they
Everything, bro.
cheap, We are saying, yo, Chinese come, this not good.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
watch it. Them I make the more legit thing now.
Yeah, yeah. I try right now. China make us some EV cars where I wonder say, whoa, them thing are shot. Yeah, because
Yeah,
a government, the government basically they and this is what no the EU and China is at some kind of battle now when it comes down to tariffs because you see these all these Chinese cars are gonna come in now. Then you know say
yeah,
Germany, that's a Mercedes, that's a German company. BMW,
yeah,
Audi, is
yeah,
VW. You see me? So they must say, whoa, China come and they're saying it's unfair that the Chinese government subsidize these car
yeah.
companies so they can pump out
Yeah,
more cars.
what is our biggest problem as Jamaicans? We just need to be disciplined. We need to have accountability, our own action. We need to follow the law, man. We need to break our law and follow the law of a plan. That's all we have to do. We have to just follow them. We have to be more intelligent with some of the stuff than we are. Because we just do stuff like we have to grow up
Yeah, 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 yeah.
as a nation. We have to grow up for real. We have to do that. We have to really look into ourselves and say, yo, let's do the right thing. Because we know if we do the right thing, but we choose not to.
yeah, 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 yeah. I really think,
Yeah,
man, it's like, bro, we have to find out because for me, it's okay that they're coming, but we didn't want to
yeah,
play the Isaac Hayden interview there, bro.
yeah,
That really rubbed me the wrong way. And for your man, we go come right now, come play. That's okay. But we say to prevent that
yes,
in the future, we have to have
yeah.
more talents coming up out of
Yeah,
Jamaica
right
as
now
well.
we don't have a choice. We just have to grab talent from anywhere. We have to scrape. We are scrape right now. So
All
whatever we
right.
can scrape, we get what we do. Is it? So that's how we see it, right? But we have to have a plan with the youth them now. Starting from the 17-year-old them now, for coming up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
We have to
yeah.
lead them the right way. Right way.
I really think, man, because bro, I don't see any other solution because for me
Yeah.
it's like we are looking right now a hectare. And you see, what do you think about Maggie being in this team? Because I think Maggie should start over Bobby Reid.
Yeah. You know why? You know why I'm not gonna say. You know why I'm not gonna say Maggie if you start over Bobby, because Bobby put in the work. him there, and him play with him heart. And it
All right,
just the way
start
the
now.
court. It just the way they play. No play Bobby. You to play now.
Play
in
him
the right
outright,
position.
then play Bobby outright, then and bench Norman Campbell. But I think I'm okay with Bobby playing on the right hand side.
But the thing with Bobby still in defense, man. Tackle.
Yeah. Since we're right back position as well, might be coming under some pressure. Bobby Reid start outright, Norman Campbell come off the bench and start a Tyreek Magee. I just believe that, bro, with Jamaica and Bobby Reid them out there.
Tyreek Magee can come on like half time or something.
Bro, all right.
But you can't just put him at you can't put him to start right off the back.
Here why I would rather start Tyreek Magee than bring him on the on. When Tyreek Magee comes on, that's a whole load of pressure. Where Tyreek Magee comes on for 10-5 minutes thinking he needs to survive for his life for 10 minutes.
I'm gonna cut you. Wait, let me say something. You're right. You just change your mind, right? Just like that. You're right, because you're right. But we are give him a chance, so if it make him start and put him out there. So if him fail this time as an one, no excuse. All right.
To think about this, my boss. In command, 10-15 minutes. Magee think now the whole world is like, yo, Magee need to prove himself.
Yeah.
The man have 10 minutes.
I think that's a fair chance for him to give him a start. You're right.
Give him a start.
Just
where
like that, you change your mind.
You give him a half and you see it like Magee, you got a half. So he got to recover from his mistakes. If he made a mistake, he made a turnover, him still knows him have a half there. So and maybe he does something. But when Magee gets a half and he starts and the coach show you, Magee didn't really cut it that first half. The next game, he's coming off the bench and then he earns his 10-15 minutes because you got a half there and you wasn't really to the speed. You see what I say?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
you're right.
Because we know how Magee come change the game. All right, my boss, we link up then, yeah?
Yeah, man.
All right. But we can't save you as. Because I never see your name forward. Or you probably have a name like
you're gonna be so surprised when we tell you this.
Who this? Yeah. Crazy.
Yankee Dollar.
Yankee Dallas. Okay. We never see a comment.
Yankee Dollar, man. Yeah, man. No.
Right sitting there, me see.
I come in some couple times.
Yeah, man.
I couple.
Okay. All right. Me have to see the name still. Because sometimes I see the count, the wording, and then I say, all right, boom.
Yeah. Must have been a while still.
All right. Yeah, man.
I may catch you live this time. End up for real, my real talk. Yeah, the for real, no joke.
Yeah, man. We have to get it right, man. We have to get it right with them player, man. Because But because we can't just have it in Jamaica team become a retirement.
Yeah, if you really love football, you have to make sacrifice. You can't just like immature. If you take some of them boy the food for real.
Yeah, man.
If we make some of them big money there, them $5 million there, and them things that we take. Yeah, they scrape.
Scrape every year. That's why some people not end up becoming.
If the JFF look on the, I still look on the amount of money. What 15 million Argentina get. For when I win a while ago this year.
I'm want to say this to people them Yankee Dollar. People, yeah man, now remember the name. This is what I want to say to you. This is why certain people don't become leaders or a boss. You have to be able to make the tough decision. Not just
and everything come easy, though. And everything easy.
And everything easy, bro. Jeff Bezos said he had to lose millions.
Sometimes you have to have $1 and I want to spend it and do stuff it out.
Yeah, bro.
I know you don't drink some water or something and go on your bed and just know say tomorrow you do what you have to do with it. But them not think like that.
Yeah.
Them just want to live now.
Yeah. And we're gonna live now with the short-term thing. But I'm saying eventually.
But you can't. How long that gonna last?
Yeah, and see a man like Craig Butler gets even remember me is not a Craig Butler fan, but Craig Butler is now a part of a program at Veer as well. I'm sure Craig Butler is want to train his youths to be good as well. To want to represent Jamaica one day, you know him.
And man them for just unite the thing and just link up with us as one. Just one Jamaica. We can't say we are one Jamaica with the separation.
Bro, and that's what people and I didn't even want to go back over the whole xenophobic thing. What we're gonna do over here is we're gonna stop worrying about what other YouTubers say anywhere else. This is a show here, bro. We're setting our own trends over here. So All right.
Yeah, that's
You see?
all you have to do is be yourself, man.
Yeah, we
Just
just be
follow the
ourselves,
crowd.
bro, and we just
Yeah,
talk
don't
what we're
follow the
talking over
crowd.
here
Even
because
if you're off or you want alone, you're alone. I say that just one you're alone, so that at least you're genuine in what you're saying.
yeah, and maybe tomorrow me and them agree upon something else. But I believe
Yeah,
that there has to be
a
more
smart
thoughts.
person can change your mind, because everybody not right all the time.
Exactly. Yo, Yankee Dollar, and that
Yeah,
is a big talk, brother. And yeah,
yeah,
bless up yourself. Leave it right there, sir.
yeah,
Leave it
yeah.
right there,
All
sir.
right,
That was a big talk, bless up people. You
all right.
see, because when
Yeah,
the
man.
facts change, you have to move also change. Just
Yeah,
remember that, you know?
yeah,
You have to
yeah.
also move with the facts. Max City says, here where Max City I say Maggie Palmer, Kari, Max City, Palmer, Kari, but knowing how, yeah. So if we don't know Nicaragua, then history 5 panel, yeah, my boss are calling, you know. Football legends. Yo, big up yourself, my boss.
Yeah, JT, Baba.
Go on, me there, you know.
Cool, man. Everything good, you know?
Yeah.
Um, you know what I'm saying? Me listen kind of like the outline of your statement. And I'm listening to the clip regarding the ball of skill coach. Big up himself, Steve. Legend. I will forgive him that. We give respect when respect due.
Yeah.
And you can balance things sometimes.
Yeah.
But JT, depending on I really agree with when you say majority of what
No,
you say.
me not agree with 99% of how skill call. This is not even. I just brought that up separately. Me not agree with the way how skill call looks at it. It's very ignorant.
Very much.
Yeah, it's just
And
ignorant. Like him down na some bush I sugar cane the whole week and burn up some big head spliff and them a beat some kete drum and then him just come out the road, come do the interview, them head like the whole village chant and dance before he left and say, yo, when you go out there, I clot them tonight.
no, matter of fact, it kind of disrespectful still.
Yeah,
Isn't it? I'm
yeah.
gonna say that in the sense of himself, McLaren never have no top job. We know some McLaren was at Manchester United. No,
I
whether
don't
or
think
not
he
he was
knew that. I'm not
representing,
sure he knows that. Or you think he would? I think he would have. He would have debated you on that.
well, that's my thing. It's like how you go speak and you know your facts. You
Yeah,
say the man have a job and why never look at job in a Europe? The man have been with Manchester United under Alex Ferguson, win championship.
boss. You know, I'm glad you're calling. Cause people, I want to know. My take is nothing to do with skill code. I just saw that and I thought I haven't done a show in a few days, and then that was a thing that I saw and I said I'm gonna discuss it on the show. But my thing is more about with the Isaac Hayden and those guys coming in now. What skill code is saying for me, he sounds like an extremist. It's very
I mean,
extreme, you know.
and JT, to your point, I think I get what you were trying to present with him. He's trying to say, listen, this is how some people think on the in terms of skill shooting.
Exactly.
So I understand, and guess what? It is true. There is some people that view things this way. I think in their head, this is this is problem, and
Yeah.
it's the white why we have praised up this coach and why you must say yo them not good. Simo is never really good.
Yeah. Come me
Some
shock when
things
him
that is
talks about Simoes. So when him talks about Simoes, it give me a sense of relax to come and say, oh, it's a man who just beat anybody right through.
let me
You see
show you
me?
a
So
vibe.
it make me feel better when me and say Simoes. Me I say, oh, this your brother just beat anybody in catch.
Another thing that I knew he was wrong about when he mentioned about Simons, he said Simons, if Simons was a big coach, when he left, he would have get another job. Simons did
Yeah.
get another job. He actually went and coached the Brazil Federation.
Him
He
say
coached the
Simoes no last 6 months in another job after that.
yeah, Simons coach, I think the under 20 youth team, the male, and he ended up coaching the female national team. So again, he wrong. Me no remember how long he took. He
Yeah.
did say 6 months. So to his point, I don't remember how long he took, but he was big coach them and he even coach a local club team down there in Brazil. So me no know. I think this brother just talk of emotions and some disappointment, a little bit of bitterness there. I
Yeah.
think he's being unfair.
Yo, the
No,
man
why
head
we say
cross and plugging.
let me that like to remind the legend is like, listen, remember, we had Carl coaching the team for years and we never get anywhere.
Mm.
We barely beat a Trinidad team at the time. Trinidad was really the powerhouse of the Caribbean. You understand? When Simons came there, Simons was basically saying, yo, we're going to pitch that team to the World Cup. As Simons got to a lot of these corporations and the government itself and go tell them, say, yo, we need support, we need help. I'm not saying he did it all by himself, but he was the front line coach. The man, he came up with the plan and said, yo, remember for real, back in them time in the 90s, you know, if people don't, when you're young, you know, so we can't tell some people, so we know this coming in high school them time.
Yeah.
As Simons are the first coach come to Jamaica and say, yo, because back in them time, Jamaica divided when it comes to football, a country versus town. As Simons are the first man say, yo, no one looking at the whole island as the way ballers there. The man got every parish and create like a parish 11, 23 squad and basically play against Jamaica, a local based Jamaica team when create. So it was this man create a whole, this man changed the ideology of how Jamaica free football. This is why a lot of them hold on to 98 so much, bro. Because them are saying, what Simons do, it's never been done.
Yeah, when me hear him beat Rene S'mores, when him beat S'mores on the tape, I say, oh yeah, a bad boy, man. A bad boy. Yeah, rude boy and yeah, bad boy. Bad boy, skill cool.
But you know, so like I said, the reason why I'm kind of so disappointed with how he bring this up, like he must have facts and he must say, yo, something's real. It's because at the end of the day, this man on national TV attack like this, you know, this is not, to me, it's like, why? You understand? You need to have your facts right and you are going and way. That doesn't make sense. And then my thing was just like, okay, he must say the white thing. You know, we had a black coach couple, we had Tapper. Tapper didn't bring us anywhere. We had Paul Hall and things never work out. So I don't agree with them statement. You understand?
I'm right now, I'm saying that blaze up Paul see me, but I maybe I'm cool with Paul too. But we don't know, maybe one interview out there with him and Paul. You never know, him probably someone him probably a Claude Paul and we don't know.
Bro, if Paul is there, him probably gonna say, yo, them foreign baller.
Yeah, someone will not really play with people.
You understand? Because it's so like he must say, boy, I just local. Now me I get to the point of saying, he mentioned, say, yo, the foreign baller then. To me, again, I think he even watch the game. Yeah, so understand though, like at the end of the day, our players in the JPL, we can't pick a starting 11 out there to say, yo, I'm gonna be the starting team for Jamaica. We have to be real,
we can't.
The league is not there. We are not there. Brother, we can't even win the Caribbean.
We can't. You see how Mount Pleasant them against some team and I say, whoa. Mount Pleasant them can't beat them like a Caribbean team there.
You see
we're gonna get it right though. It's gonna come. It's gonna come.
It's gonna come. All right, you know, if we even be real, the same Dominican Republic, it's actually one of the top Caribbean in our region of Caribbean clubs in the last couple of years, you know. And sometimes when we hear people say, "Oh, them teams are even good," well, we make them look at teams that struggle against it. We realize the coming up of these teams. No, I do agree. We should be beating them though because of the qualities them that they have. Don't think say, yo, it's a level playing field, or it's not a level.
All right, Dapper agent say, my boss that Carl, I'm missing the point Cole was trying to make. You're missing the point that Cole was trying to make. He stated that a white coach gets more support from corporate Jamaica than black coaches. That's true. That's a fact. Where must say there, sir?
Who said that, JT?
No, that's what skills coach did say on the tape. That's why they said 99%. Cause I know say me did hear one and two thing in there. Where him say?
No.
But I agree with.
To tell that person, say, listen. If you even come from Jamaica or if you live in Jamaica, you understand that majority of the people in corporate, you know, when you hear that term corporate, corporate Jamaica are majority of those people are white people, you know, my boss. If you have got me real with yourself, the most richest people in Jamaica, you know, better they don't look like me.
They're English and Syrians and Indians
so
and stuff.
So when you talk like that, I say, yo, me I miss the point. Me not miss the point. No, me I get to. I'm trying to tell you that it is probably the JFA probably could say, yeah, that probably plays a part, but not majority. I think it's an easier sell That's what it is. It's not that it's the majority. I think the thing that probably sell them with McLaren, if we hear him talking on the interviews, always a praise of the Jamaican based off the local base and the potential that he see. And I
Yeah.
also think because of the resume and the potential links you have to make pulls in terms,
Okay.
or even get our players them into certain academies over there. You have to think about it that it probably is a whole package where Speed and themselves are looking to say, yo, say this man can make certain waves for us. You
Yeah, that's
understand?
why I
So
said that I need to know what McLaren is doing during those off times. We need him to be passing down this Manchester United coaching experience and his other coaching experience to our coaches in Jamaica. You see me? I
and
need that
think
to be
about it.
happening. You see me?
No, I agree with that. And I was
Because
going to
I
think
know
about it.
you see what he's doing now. I like the way he slips through and answer certain things and he talks about the development. But it sounds like the development is he kind of separates himself from what the JFF is doing. So I want to know though from McLaren, is he gonna be doing any coaching courses? I'm not asking him for much. I'm not the guy who's gonna ask McLaren to walk around Jamaica and dust off players come put in at the team. What I'm talking about is coaching, making sure that that was a part of his contract, that he can give up some coaching experience. Remember, they had Hal Grimson teaching people how to coach in Jamaica. Probably all he did was teach how to defend. No, we need a coach like a McLaren to show us our coaches some different tactical setups and looks and how to run their session, optimize their session to get the best out of the players going forward at the intensity level to train the players at, to spot potential at different. We don't know. Let's see if we can implement him there. Continue, my boss.
Yeah, man, for real. And I agree with you with that. I do agree. Like, I don't know what's been worked out or the terms or the agreements, but I do agree that he should probably be more on the island to kind of help with this bridging the gap and kind of identify some of the young talents that we have. Because at the end of the day, that's true. This is how we're gonna basically bring through some players. No, without that said, I just want to, like we said, this is, I would never, like, I think everybody can agree. If you're in the diaspora or if you're in the Jamaica, I think everybody can agree. So we want to see, for a long term, we would like to see Jamaica actually producing and all our players then developing from the island and basically make it up to the top tiers and also representing the country.
Yeah,
But for
but it's
now,
not
it is
possible.
not
Yeah,
easy.
not
We
the
might
thing.
find a one and two, like a kind, like Dixon, like a Whispers, or a King, or the keeper, Shaq one. So I'm saying there might be, and then you have some other potential. Demar Phillips and all of them will come through, but we don't see them really here and there. But I'm saying there will be opportunities. It's just
Yeah,
that these players have to be ready and take the opportunity when it comes.
when it
It's not
comes.
gonna be easy.
Yeah,
You see
yeah.
me?
And I think players like Kaim Dixon and those guys and Dujan Whisper, they are showing those younger players what you need to do to get there as well. You see me? You
Right.
have to work on your game and take your game serious. That's why I'm saying no, in the high school level, it's a difficult thing because you don't know how much of those kids actually think they can be professionals. That's another thing. We're expecting everybody who play Manning Cup and the Costa Cup for good. Not a lot of those guys want to play football. Football is just
No,
what some
I
of
agree.
them is good at, and they play football. That's it.
The next thing I wanted to say is like, I agree with you now. I, I agree with you in the sense of saying it does look away when we have some players, for example, might say, yo, you know, want to play for Jamaica,
Hmm.
and then later on, probably a reach out and want to come represent because in people, yo, the window might be closing on England.
Yeah,
But
the window might, because what you're gonna do now, you're gonna put the pressure on those players now in the diaspora and England for you to get the best at a younger age, because they would have known that you would have approached them before 25, right? Because a player supposed to start peaking around there, 25-ish, 26. You see me? I say 26, you should be in the second season of your peak if it works out. You get me? I say,
100%.
yeah. So let's say a player wasn't contacted and he was a slow burner and he's at 27, 28 now and he's peaking, not going to call for England. We can call him. But young players, just like even what Omari Hutchinson did, young players from those ages, Yeah, he still could. Omari Hutchinson would have still be able to escape this because he could have still played the youth programs for England and then decide before he's 25. If England doesn't call him, I have to commit to Jamaica. You see me, I say?
But
Then
to be clear, you don't have to split justice, JT. You have to look at it this way too. Meanwhile, we might be looking at it that way. We cannot really, most of the time, outbid our probably will always get that preference when they are in that prime, the 20s to the 25, and really, showcasing that. We might not always be lucky if we get them over England. And even, for example, we have to remember, even when Ryan Sterling was in his younger years, we never really wanted him.
yeah, we never really
When
wanted it.
Bailey was in his younger years, a brother did come out and make a statement, still not create no waves. You understand?
Yeah. But look at all those a lot of players who
Mikel Antonio mentioned, say, listen, when I wanted to play with Jamaica back in them days, the Jamaica never won.
But
So I'm
look,
saying,
listen to this though. Sterling and those players are Sterling. What is this other guy named from Liverpool, man? The boy them can play, man. Storage. All right.
Yeah.
A lot of players who Sterling and Storage came up with through the academy, a lot of them vanished. They're not there. So that tells you that those players as well, they're good players are like anomalies. You see me? I say they like these, like they
100%.
stick out like sore thumbs. Like you just, and it takes certain people to spot them, and then there's certain players who you have to work on to get to a certain level. So there's a lot of players who don't make it. So we're gonna miss players as well. We're gonna miss players because some players are late bloomers, and some players are actually peak too early and fade out and burn out.
I agree with you. But here's what I disagree with you now, George.
Mm.
You have to look on it. You said we have to get at a certain age. I do believe that probably will be a cutoff, but normally it's up to the coach. But what I'm saying, for example, we know we
No, when the coach comes next time after 2026 to play for Jamaica, the coach would know that this is what part of our operation is here.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, think about it. Let's say this is 4 years from now. I will still need a CDM. I will still need a attacking mid player, cricket player. And let's say the two best potential, them being at England right now, them at 27, 28. And as some of the best potential. We have none of Jamaica, just like right now, we can't find them. We're going to say, no, we're not going to take them because they pass the age, or we're going to take them because we need it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I'm saying. It becomes a clear era where you have to realize, well, if it's needed, we might have to just do what we have to do.
Yeah, man, I think it's needed, man. And why it's needed, I'm saying it's going to also, at some point, anything you're doing, you have to set a standard for yourself.
No, without a doubt.
Yeah, we have to set that with Jamaica cannot be. It's just like even Africa right now, Ghana and the Ghanaian president have just said, we don't want Europe to, because you know what Europe used to do, like all these big stores, the Zara's, the H&M, they just dump the clothes in like Ghana and Indonesia and them, some of them places there that they don't want. Yep. They just go and dump. You cannot just be dumping ground. You know what I mean? Germany is not gonna dump clothes in Sweden.
Well, here's what me I say no, because when I really make a statement without trying to bring some intervention or a backup plan. What I would suggest, you see, when we are complaining and talk about RI, been complaining and talking about it, listen, we have these potential players want to play for us at the under 20. A lot of them is basically becoming professional by then. If they agree from then, coming through that ranks to come into our under 20. And then we can have that all teams together gel. They know each other, they know the style of football, so that basically when they reach 4 years after that, they all know the system. Now, basically, we won't have to worry about that if we're taking them from that early. Versus we are trying to wait till when them in them prime as they come now. When England are going to say, no, man, just come over here, so you're good. Even if we get 10 caps, you're good. You understand?
Yeah.
That's how I'm looking at it. Like, we're going to lose that battle most times. But I do agree. We don't have to create this system where we just say, yo, if I'm not England or wherever they come from, we don't want them.
We don't want them.
Because
we can't do that, bro. Sense. We cannot do that. Cannot.
Just to finalize up into what me I mentioned too. Here's my problem because you made a statement the other day about the diaspora and the local people and the mindset,
Yeah.
and it still goes down to even with skill caller mention.
Yeah, you see it? You see the
What
mindset?
right, but what I'm saying about these people, me personally, I don't think it's everybody mindset. I think it's more so older people mindset. You have some young people might think so too, but not too much. It's more so the older people mindset because the young people them look and say, "Yo, that you have bad me watching because them watch the ball game." The old people them now watch the ball game. They just see the youth them and say, "Oh, that youth here, oh, green, Mason Greenwood, yeah, I'll be a foreign ball at the police." You
Yeah,
understand?
yeah, yeah.
What I'm saying,
And plus, it's
the
somebody, yeah.
younger youth, them are saying, "You're mad." That youth have bad.
But
From your
agreeing with,
children,
yeah,
like,
agreeing with
you're
that.
watching.
Yeah.
But here's my thing. Me have a problem with especially for the people who say, yo, we now what we are fighting against local based people or local players them. My thing is like, you see, when the players them get the opportunity and go overseas, you see, even the people we are talking about local based players, them don't even remember them. Them don't even remember where them there. They don't even know which part them they didn't even follow. They don't even
You know,
care.
say as me say last night, me go watch back a ball game last night with Cornwall College and JC with Tyreek Magee. Them I wanted to see Tyreek Magee's trajectory, so I said let me just take a little step back in time. And when I look in that game, it's so ironic that the two players, Tyreek Magee and Peter Lee Vassell, were the only two players in that game who were able to pass the football on the ground consistently. Just pass the ball. All the other players, when they pass the ball, it fumble up in the air, or it gets wild. I mean, I say, okay, see, the players who are actually composed on the ball and can move the ball on the ground tends to be the players that move on. If we had people in the technical areas went and look back over, they could have reverse engineer some of our problems and see this is where some of the major problem lies. The kids are playing a lot of kick and run, and the kick and run stop. It has an expiry date on it. When they get to a certain age, the kick and run gets nullified by playing against other kids who can compose themselves and pass the ball and kick and run. And now you only can kick and run.
All right. Say for example, you remember there was a player for the under 24 years ago. They were totally how good he was. I think he played against one of the but Pearson. You remember Pearson?
Yeah.
I don't hear anything about Pearson anymore.
Yeah, I think he's in the MLS something plus one of them little thing there. Them thing there, man. Is I think he's making some progress there though. He's making some progress there. Progress there. But that player for me I was quite disappointed as well with him.
No, without a doubt. What I'm saying, is like the point for me I try to make. It's like how even Travante did go a Syria, the time and the into another league. We don't keep up with our players, then even with Cephas, before Cephas was being get back into the squad, or even Campbell, nobody did even remember them. People like you or one or two other people, I mentioned their name. I'm just saying, this is what I'm saying is the problem. We are once the players them gone overseas, we ignore them and we are saying, yo, the youth them in a JPL to get a chance and play for the national team. What about the youth them will basically getting the opportunity? Gone overseas and
the youth then for me, there's a pecking order, Them the youth they make the team over the JPL youths, because my thing of how I see it, is the top tier players who are playing around the world, like the Leon Baileys, the Mikel Antonios. Then under that, we have the Jamaican players who left Jamaica and playing at a high level. And then for me, after that, there's other spots are either your developmental spots or the best players from your local league. That's how I see the balance.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But we're not even hearing that, bro. Them just basically ignore that, and now they must say, yo, from the local league. Like, I'm just saying, brother, we have to create a balance because if we have the players them out there and now they might get developed or they might get a little bit better, they mean a better league, a step up. We can't just ignore them and just say, all right, we have to look into the JP because how it sounds to me, I mean, I say basically.
No, man, you have to always look in a league. Even if you don't find anything, without the JPL, Jamaica cannot even play international football. You have to have a professional league, bro. So that's it comes with the football package. Like in every country, that's like people don't understand. In every single football country, you look at your leagues when you're picking your team, even if you don't pick any. That's just a fact of how football is set up.
Yeah, but I'm saying, JT, it sounds to me, based off how me hear some of them reason, they're saying, listen, look in JPL first, and then you look outside
No,
of
no, no,
it.
that you cannot
Then
do that. That will
that's what
never
I'm
happen
saying.
unless
And I think that
Jamaica
is the
had a
big
league.
problem.
Unless Jamaica had a league that could have compete with the MLS.
That is how I look at it. I think sometimes we're looking at it. I'm not understanding. Say, listen, it's not like, for example, me a born Jamaican, bro. I'm born in Jamaica. I go high school at Jamaica. I come from country. I am not here vouching and say, yo, a man from parents to get the opportunity. Me not look on the football that way. I am looking at it and say, yo, you know, for the position we need, if this is the best player, why not get the best player? And then we need a second string player, get the second string player wherever else.
But here,
That's
but
what
in
me I
this
think.
squad, we have a few of those players now. We have Williams, you have Norman Campbell, and you have Tyreek Magee, two players who play together. That's three players right there who left Jamaica, went overseas, and then at the all the other players are like Premier League and Championship players. Kaheem Dixon, a player who came through the schoolboy, went to the JPL and played. Remember, Kaheem Dixon made Jamaican team while being in the JPL. A lot of people wasn't happy, but I was happy. I saw for me it was like one of them come true. It was a youth who was coming through. Let through the youth. Yo, I want next thing me need for telling when I see some youth that come through, let through the youth them. Some youth a step and I want whole heap of them will come. Is that one youth will come knock on your door 5 o'clock in the morning and use a producer and him just make up his mind say happy boss. And him a put in the
Yeah.
work. You see the talent. You have
And
to let through the youth them
that is
sometime, bro.
100%. And that is 100% true. Meaning, because sometimes people might not understand. Like what you mentioned, for example, you have a special talent in the league where they're real good. You, if you cannot deny that. You cannot hold back them and say, well, we have to look overseas first. No, I do agree. You have to realize that listen, you have some good talents where might be really good for the position that we need. No, we have to grab the youth from now. You
Yeah,
understand? Or see what you do.
it's okay.
So it's not gonna be always a perfect, like selection or a gist. But like I said, there has to be some balance.
There
But
has to be some balance, man. Can't unbalance the thing. A balance me deal with it, bro. Without balance in life, you just that's why I'm telling people them say that show is gonna be, 50% positive and 50% some people would call negative, but I call it critical. Critiquing certain things to come up with solutions to advance the football. I don't think the football advancement is strictly based on recruitment. I think it's a mixture of all those things. Recruitment blend with development and players who are kicking on as well. You see me I say? Big up yourself,
no,
one
I
Real
mean,
Madrid.
yeah, man, it's nothing wrong with that, and I agree. Sometimes based on, for example, based off the tournaments, based off the games you're gonna play, you probably won't need a fully strong 23 squad. You understand? We're going to play one local team in the island and take a look at friendly or certain tournaments. We don't really sometimes need a full squad where basically have to be the 23 solid team. You understand? Like you said, you can't have even a couple spots where basically say, yo, there's some potential, what we see, JPL or USL or wherever, a more student people that play like all time might get this opportunity. And I'm saying, yeah, plug them in, nothing wrong with that. I don't have no problem with that, Luigi, and I agree with you. But like I said, when it comes to we need to qualify. World Cup I come up, we need to qualify. We can't play around with the team. Matter of fact, even like what you mentioned, and also, boy, we need a couple pieces. Oh, I look at it is like, yo, you hear me? You see, if we don't really need a piece yet, we don't need to add nobody else. To be honest, you understand? But I think the coach know what I'm doing. I think we're going to be okay tomorrow, despite we play on a turf. I just want to say, yo, because of the people out there, we know, say I'm going to support the team. You know what I'm saying, JT?
All right, big up yourself, my boss. Yeah, man, people. That's how it is, People, yo, it make me feel good more time. When some people call me and say, JT, yo, man, watch the show and me a reason, me just like, oh, you basically just make people, even if a person have them different opinion, you can tolerate it, bro. That's what I do. Like it's you see, me and not the caller that we disagree upon certain things and we agree on certain things. That's life, bro. That's life. As me say, I disagree with Skill Cole 99% of the time, but I wanted you guys to understand that. Listen, there are some people in Jamaica who think a certain way, and whether or not you like it or not, they're there. That's when I say whether you like it or not, they're there, and that's how they just gonna think. Uh, they're there, and that's how they're gonna think. And Skill Code is one of them.
Steve McLaren is set to begin preparation for the upcoming CONCACAF Nations League fixtures against Nicaragua and Honduras. However, the appointment of the 63-year-old Englishman is still being questioned.
While most football analysts and supporters believe that Steve McLaren is the right man for the job, retired Jamaican international Alan Skill Cole disagrees.
Those who really support what I've been seeing, the reason why I'm telling you that, here's a big coach coming from Europe. You're coming from Europe and you don't have a job in Europe with all these so many coaches in Europe, and you tell me that this man is a big coach and him do have a job in Europe and come here, you bring him here because they're saying you can't lower English players to come and think. I don't accept that. If you're a big coach, you should have a big job, you should have a job in Europe. Because there are so many opportunities there. You come and tell me there's a big coach. What big coach? It is just we get carried away. And you know what thing we get carried away? If it's a white man, if it's a black man, you don't but let me tell you straight. We get carried away with this color thing. That because a man come from England, a man come from there, we carried away. We must get rid of that crazy thinking. If he was that greater coach, he would have a big job. You come here and build his resume.
Brazilian René Simões created history 26 years ago when Jamaica qualified for the FIFA World Cup in France 1998. And the outspoken Cole was asked why Simões was able to get the job done.
One of the reasons why Simões was able to get the type of support, and I say it again, I miss on that I'm a racist. I'm not a racist. Simões had the complexion, and people in the private sector, we still have a problem in our country. We still have a very, very serious problem in our country. And that's one of the reasons he gets along. Simões was a coach. Gam was the guy who had the knowledge. Simões was not a coach. If Simões was a good coach after he left here, without that resume we gave him, without a job, he didn't keep a job, not even for 6 months after that. Don't tell me about him. And I don't want a man to feel like there's any animosity or anything like that. But it's a reality. Let's face it. The facts are there. But he got this support because of his skin complexion. And we must get rid of those things. There's a big thing going on in Jamaica football. When they go away, they must be like a white man. I'm sorry.
And what about the constant recruiting of England-born players by the Jamaica Football Federation?
No, that is crazy. That is crazy, crazy. How can you develop the football in the country? You bring players from outside of our national program to come and play a game 2, 3, 4, 5 days they bring him in. That's not arguing well for our football. It is not doing good for our football. That is one of the things that is destroying the football. What you're saying to me then? Abandon the National League, I don't want the Premier League, because you're not giving the players no incentive. You're not giving them no opportunity to come to the fore to make the transition. So for me, it's a no-no.
In 2010, Cole was presented with a plaque by then FIFA President Sepp Blatter in recognition of his contribution to Jamaican football. Angela.
Yo, Skill Cole Bona. Skill Cole Bona piece of high grade, but before he touch his stage. But nah, lie. Yo, the dog charge up. Yo, but nah, lie, man. Skill Cole. Skill Cole, so they bring some man come here. It does sound like we used to hear some elder talk when we grew up. Still. Yeah, man, but it's quite funny. I think Skill Cole, the ball game left, Skill Cole, it would have been one of the months them you would take over dancehall and they might take over the thing. But the dog sound like him born a piece of grades there. Yeah, man. I don't know where Skill Cole get it if I don't know West, but the one there I act and sing, bro. I don't want the I act and sing, bro. Me not like Skill Cole. But Yeah, man, it's a powerhouse with a great Zimbabwe, man. But people, let's talk a little bit here now about Norman Campbell. I expected, and I'm gonna post up my squad, people. I'm gonna post up my squad who I would start in the team, who I would basically start in my starting lineup. Um, but Norman Campbell, I think Norman Campbell now, just as though we advocate for players like Norman Campbell to get into the team. Oh man, yo, when I reach into the extra time determine, I will give you a call back. All right. I think I need to call back a couple people. Missy did a call me. But Norman Campbell, before me move on, let me just call back this person in case they just wanted to say something on the topic. All right, let me just call back this person before we move on. Let me just call back this person, and then we can move on from that topic.
702
Yeah, man. Call I
702 470 5014. Yeah, man.
All right. Well, go on, caller. Big up yourself.
Okay. What? 1 minute. Uh huh. Yeah. Sport prophecy. What's up?
Yo, what go on, boy? Okay, me I say me wait till you're ready. Ready, I know.
Yeah, man. Me I pick up a load. Me a truck driver. With in Pennsylvania, I pick up a load. Me watch your program all the while, man. And me appreciate what you're saying, though.
Okay, what's your take on it, bro? Blessings, man.
My think on it is that if Jamaica move forward, we need Harrisburg Center, and then we need coaches and start build from there. So kids in the elementary and prep school and so, and start teach them the right way. Because we're born with skill, and we know that as a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Jamaicans born skillful. In everywhere we do anything at all, we do whether education, football, cricket, athletics, you name it. You're gonna have the exception to the rule. We're born with massive talent like Whisper, Leon Bailey. But at the end of the day, we need a system, and we need to start from early. And we're gonna always have to get overseas people to help with, because we not start from the beginning.
Yeah, true.
So anytime we start this, then as you said, 10 years, we'll be all right.
Yeah. I really think, man, we have to just think ahead, man, and don't wait till the time come on. Because while the development is needed, we're still failing at the youth levels as well. Where our U20 boys are not qualifying for anything either.
And don't forget the girls. Remember, I said our best football team just get whipping like 13 love and all of that. So we need development. So we just can't feature alone on the boys or the men. We have a feature on Jamaica as everything together. And that's what our problem is.
Yeah.
Because we not start from the bottom up. It's like you start halfway up the ladder.
Yeah.
I expect to be better than teams we start from the bottom up. How is that going to be possible?
Yeah, so you're saying start the development from an earlier stage.
3-4 years.
So how would you do the development? Like how would you structure it? Because a lot of the bulk of the development it seems to be placed on schoolboy football.
Yeah, but we need to start before. Honestly, me used to both coach and manage BB coach. The first time we beat States, I was at the help. Me and one man named Mr. Wright.
Which year that?
That was like before I came to America. That more 23 years ago. About 26 years ago, the first time we beat States, One Lover State, BB Cook, Slack Junction. Yeah.
Okay. So, wow. Oh, so you do have some. How was it? And you just started? Did you go to school for coaching?
I never go. Just love football. Go at the Jamaican match them when we play when we qualify for the World Cup. Me used to go to stadium.
So you can. The reason why I'm asking this, so you can agree that if you had gotten some higher level coaches from, let's say, a person like Steve McLaren. That could even help you so much in your journey, and even you probably would have reached further, right?
There you go. The boys would reach further because I would have more skills
To teach
impart
them and
more.
enhance them, right?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And where the guy the name you know, the one of him do most of everything. He have a
Cavalier.
I'm coach them. Speed. You see, Speed and Oliveira. Cause Oliveira used to coach States when we used to go States. The next dark one, the man, I him do most of everything I know with him. I forgot he used to coach him and Oliveira used to coach States when we used to go States.
When the Cavaliers in there now?
Downswell.
He's the technical director.
Yes, Downswell used to coach.
Downswell come? He used to coach States?
He used to coach States. He used to be a States. He used to go States. He used to be around States. Him and Oliveira.
You know, so States was always a hard school to beat in the Costa Cup.
States used to go a final and semi-final and all of that. Yes.
Yeah. Where the cup name where the winner Manning Cup played the winner the Costa Cup. Mrs. States played that 1 year against Tivoli. Down at States there, and that was a ball game. I think States beat them about 3-1 in that first leg there. States was a very hard school to beat.
And the second thing too, people we find the players them a whole heap of people from country get by the late side because they never go our club at Kingston. Forget pick Jamaica if you're not play for Cavalier or you're not. Okay. Yeah, Ben Francis. If you're not play for one of them big teams that their country, you have to move go to Kingston for really get picked for Jamaica.
Yeah. It a change up now, though. It a get a little bit better because when I met with the with Speed them and the U and paired them with the U15s in Sweden, there was players from all over the island on that team. There was youths from all over the island. Obviously, there's not gonna be as much from the country areas, but there were youths from Mount Pleasant, youths from different places.
Yeah. Well, when me used to go States, if you have a bit twice as good from St. Elizabeth or Manchester for play for Jamaica.
Yeah.
And you have to move to one club. Some of poor boys used to move to Reno or then go Kingston and play for Cavalier or play for a Kingston team for really get picked or even considered to be a player for Jamaica. So we believe that Jamaica do it wrong. I'm not saying this coach is not a good coach, but you need to live at Jamaica and you need to have seminars. And you need to coach the coaches from basic school, primary, all age. So every week you need to keep at least a 7 day and then go and stay there at the Harrisburg Center, get it clean up, and spend at least 7 days there, twice a year and refresh them and help to build them and who want to move forward we go to play or coach.
But there's a coach's license course in Jamaica. So I think what you would do is then just give down some of that experience to the coaches who are already in that license program then.
Yeah, but it's not everybody is interested in the license because the coaches them are the
people. You see, the people them is just like what you're saying now is not every taxi driver interested in license, but I don't want a taxi driver driving without license.
The point where I miss is you need those guys from who are doing the primary and the early age and the kinder, the 3-year-old and the 4-year-old. Those guys don't really need a license, but they need to have the technical skills and how to start those players, those kids. No, the ones who are going to teach, who are going to coach the high schools, those need to get license. But the one prior to those, you just need to bring them in and teach them the basics.
Yeah, the general, you just want to give them just the basic overview of football.
There you go, and start that. Then can start a program in which, as they go up, they have the fundamentals already. You can't start them. Anytime you start them at high school, they already have bad habits.
Okay.
Most of them, they are interested in our girls are for rub their hand niggle. And when you ask them to come at training, because they think so they ain't good, they not come at training. If it says training start 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock, some of them are walking like some prima donna.
You say you don't want that?
You don't want that. You want to start them when they're 3 and 4, and you start to teach them the proper way how to kick the ball, the proper way how to control the ball, the proper way how to hit the ball. So when they reach high school, all they have to do is a continuation of that. So I know everybody wants to get the license, but if you offer that, a lot of PE teachers will are probably happy to go, especially during the summer break or Christmas break or Easter break, and do a 1-week course.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that, Carlton Lovelace. You said it's the Olivia Shields, not the Ben Francis.
Olivia Shield, yeah. I think Olivia Shield, yeah.
I always mix up them two competition, Olivia
Ben
Shield.
Francis, I want Kingston.
Yeah, the Olivia Shield.
The top schools.
Yeah.
Where the top schools and play at Kingston. The four top team play, I guess.
Oh, big up yourself, Brain Dream. Me never see it, man. Me never see it. All right, big up yourself, my boss. We talk here. Me love the perspective.
Me Jamaica name them talk, my cocotti.
Yeah, me see it, man. Me see it, man. Now say a word, all right?
Yeah, man. All right, no problem, man.
All right.
Cool.
Blessings. Yeah, man. We have to call back an next person here. He was calling. Before me skip on from the topic. Let me hear what McLaren's job is to go to World Cup. Which coach? Yeah, his job is a World Cup assignment. We were talking about development after the World Cup, bro.
JT.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, my boss.
How you doing?
I'm doing a live stream,
Yeah, thanks for the show, bro.
Yeah, all right, man. Blessings.
So I was just calling in to talk about a few things. Let's talk about Alan's skill pool, right? It's everybody have their opinion, and it's okay because you have a lot of, I say 30% of Jamaicans or 40% think the way that he does, and that's fine. But you gotta take the good from the bad, because he said a few things that to highlight our country that's actually happening. And one of the things that he said, which is the colorism, that's actually happening. So we probably don't want to hear it, but it's the truth.
They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that, because that right there, I'm saying, that's why I said I disagree with 99% of what he says on a larger scale. But there's that 1% of things that he said that's part of that needs to be looked at a certain way where solution is concerned.
Exactly. But as far as everything else that he said, I mean, it's unfair for him to say that these coaches that come to coach is based on their skin color. No, they actually have a talent, a skill. They went to school for this. They have the education for it.
I know the JFF source him. I know him source himself.
Exactly. And then it's not like we didn't have a local coach. Tapa was there for what, 7 years? How long was he there? Coaching the team. He was there for a couple of years.
Tapa got 2 different stints,
And we didn't make it, right?
No, well, he's a Gold Cup finals.
Correct, but I'm talking about to the promised land, which is the World Cup.
No.
He didn't take us.
No promised land there. No panic.
Exactly.
Promised land.
Right. So it's not like we didn't have a local, quote unquote, local coach, right? And Alan's skill call, I would like to hear. He was at one point he was Bob manager, right? So did Bob have talent, or is just because
Which
he was
Bob Marley?
White? Bob Marley, yes.
He was Bob Marley's manager?
Yeah, at one point he was Bob Marley's manager, correct.
Oh man, so that this even tell me more. They come from a school of different kind of mindset with Jamaica,
All right. But that's what I'm saying. So what is it? Did Bob Marley have talent, or because he was half white? Which one was
No,
it? I
man.
mean, I would love to hear his
No, you
opinion.
see, yeah, what when it comes on to him and Bob Marley, them, if what you're saying, him and Bob Marley, them are not seeing the world like that. It's them as Jamaicans, us against them. That's how them man they
Mhm.
see it. Like you see, he's more talking from the place of like a Jamaican who he thinks is frustrated, and maybe you wouldn't get to hear their voice. You would hear some Jamaicans speak the same way he speaks. Um, so it's a mindset of this kind of nationalistic approach and that he's taking towards the football. And what gives him validation from his perspective is that he was a Jamaican international.
Correct. But JT, this man should have the courage to go against what's going on.
Oh,
It's
this
not. Yeah, he's this man has been in the organization. He was a national player. When we went to the World Cup, where did that money go? Nothing, no kind of development happened. Nothing happened. That money was lavish. It was squandered. It starts there. It starts at the top. Yeah, I know you don't want to go against the grain, but we're here to basically disseminate and decipher and tell the people the truth. That's where it starts from, right? This is the era of the truth. Nothing can be hidden anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Just like you come on your platform and you're breaking down everything that he's saying, and you're breaking it down with facts, you can't hide it, right? So let's speak the truth and have the courage to go against the system. This is what's killing our country.
but from his perspective though, he's going against the system actually.
You're probably correct.
Because remember,
from
the
his
JFF is who
perspective.
hired the coach. You know, he's saying basically that the people of Jamaica have no say. That's kind of what I'm getting from him, where he thinks he's actually going against the system, where we have come to terms with the JFF, and the JFF has also understood that this is the way to go right now. What he doesn't, and probably what if the JFF was a organization that had a long-term plan, where even a person like him could have seen that, okay, we need to win now, actually, but we also need to develop for the future, and we can do these things simultaneously. And these are some of the structure. We don't have a manifesto from the technical director as to what's the vision for Jamaican football. So to be fair to him, he's just saying the football has gone to the dogs because all him see is just people coming in and playing, while he probably doesn't understand that there are developments taking places in other programs, other academies are popping up. We don't know where he is on this.
And JT, I think you're absolutely correct. He's probably stuck in some kind of era, right? But again, this is why you're here to highlight it. You see what you just said? We're putting a team together to win right this second. But overall, it cannot continue like this, right? If we say we're a country first, because every country is putting their everything in order. So we got to do the same, right? And in order to put our country together, first we have to hold our leaders accountable. You understand what I'm saying? And I have seen a lot of positive coming from the JFF in the last, let's say, 5 or 6 months, which is great, right? We're going to make it to a World Cup. As you said, the technical director, I'd love to see what's the plan when we get this $12 million. How are we going to divvy that money in which area?
No, man. And you guess what? That's the good thing with the invention of YouTube, that the Jamaican Football Federation, if Jamaica qualifies for this World Cup, people are going to be on top of this money like hawk. It's not going to be a thing where there was no TV and Harris Burrell just flies off in his helicopter with the bag and we don't know where he landed with it or what happened. With YouTube and the level of transparency, as you spoke about, that's out there right now. Any money that the JFF gets, people will be on top of that now. It's not like one time where them can just cut with the money, you know?
Correct.
What do you think? You don't think so? You don't think so? What do you think?
No. You're 1,000% correct. But me, I still would like to see a plan, because in anything that you do, especially because this is a business, you have to have a short-term and long-term
Long-term
plan.
plan. You have to.
Right? So I don't know if they have a plan, and if they do, I would like to see it.
Yeah.
Right? Because in order for us to know where we're going, we have to plan it. We have to roll it out so we can see it. So now when you see it happening, a lot of these rhetorics, like what this guy is coming out saying, we can kill it because we actually see it. Like now, as far as what they're doing, I can see the improvement, right? Based on as far as you don't hear players complaining about tickets, complaining about this, complaining about that. They're doing their job on that. Great. But overall, we want to see a plan. The stadium cannot continue like this. We want to know what's going on when we make it to the World Cup. What's going on with them?
And I think this is something will give, and we'll be on top of that. As I said, we're gonna be on top of that as long as we're here. Won't be on YouTube forever though. I think maybe after the World Cup, I'm retiring. Hopefully, you know what I mean? I don't know if I have a lot of World Cups in me on YouTube, because hopefully by the World Cup, I'm fully fledged in some passionate endeavors as well that I have going on as well. You know what I mean? Because if it's the same thing on YouTube where we're here talking about Jamaican problems, I wouldn't want to be doing that after 4 years. I don't think that I would be progressing in my life, right?
I mean, but that's the thing. Life is nature, like just like the trees. You have different seasons, and I wouldn't. As I remember, Vibes Carter, one of his favorite saying is, "When one star is dead, another one is born." Right? So yeah, when you decide to graduate, you have another person behind you.
Yeah. And I hope somebody can run
so
this channel, or this channel
Yeah.
becomes professional enough where my goal is for this channel to be professional enough where I have other people presenting on this channel in a proper YouTube podcast settings. Hopefully, at least after that, I must have a proper studio where I can just sit around, have a tablet in my hand or something, and see all the comments. And I'm talking to a bunch of guests on the show who are still communicating with the commenters.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I hope I don't have to be front and center just up on camera all the time. More of a just graduating. Norman Campbell. Let's segue into the next topic though with Norman Campbell. Norman Campbell is a player that I'm expecting a lot from this window if he gets an opportunity in this game. What do you think?
Oh man, that kid, I love that kid, man. That kid, he has this resilientness about him because if you notice when he stepped on the field, his first 15 minutes, I wouldn't say poor, but it wasn't great. But he still pushed and continued to push because it's obvious that the kid know he has it.
Yeah.
And he continued to push and push. And with him doing that, it cost us, it cost him to have an assist, right? So the kid, he's in form. He's very fit. He's fast. He's resilient. I think we found a gem here. The kid has it. In my eyes, the kid has it.
Yeah.
Right?
He has the stamina as well to get better.
Correct. Because as you know, Jamaica, we played up to 60 minutes. And after 60 minutes, it's a wrap. But when you bring in a kid like this, he's going to run from start to finish, right? And we found a good one. We found a gem. I think he's here to stay, just like Lambakisa, he's here to stay.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. All right. So may we chop it up again? Me take 2 more call blessings. Well, you're gonna be at the game, right? Good luck.
Yes.
At the second
Saturday.
game, you're gonna be at the game Sunday. When is the first game? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. I don't know what time, but it's tomorrow. The first one is tomorrow.
Oh, the first game is tomorrow, so it's Friday. Yeah. Friday for me. All right, cool. The first game is Friday. All right, we talk here, my boss.
All right, my brother. Take it easy.
All right, blessings, man. I'm call about the fire blazer. I'm call up Bob. Bless up yourself, Everton Williams. Long time, my boss. Bless up yourself, man. Yo, call up Bob. What going, Willie Bob? Bless up yourself.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, man. There, man. I take everything. I don't often get to to take in the thing, but the opportunity I get to catch a line. Yeah.
Yeah.
We love the discussion,
Yeah.
You do a good job. We have to big you up,
Yeah, man. Bless you.
Um, I know why you burn too much fire upon my virgin, Alan Cole, Alan Cole, a legend,
No, man, see, me balance out the thing, man.
I love the balance. I love the balance because, I mean, Alan Cole, Skill Cole got hard still. He got hard still, but we have to understand where him coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to understand where him coming from. And we have to kind of see. Because most time, we're not very comfortable. Most of us, because of colonialism, slavery, and them things that we go through, we're not very comfortable. Inferiority complex, white supremacy, them something that we're not very comfortable. This old slave, field slave thing, we're not very comfortable expressing certain things. Yet at the same time, we have to look on the reality. The reality is, whether we like it or not, come out our feelings and just look on things objectively.
Yeah. I'd say we need some baller right now.
Yes. And I'll just say the short-term solution and the long-term solution.
Yeah.
And we have to give JFF the credit where it is due. And we see them and do some good things lately with the grassroots, the young youth then, And we have to commend them on that. But over the years, I think one of the major things where we as what we call third world and Jamaica and African countries, we leadership. We lack.
Always our leadership is, I just feel like our leadership tend to attract people who are like you that have lifelong politicians. People who are just like politicians.
Yeah.
It's not people who put the interest of the country, the interest of the country before their
before them own personal agenda. I think that is where we fall down and old people, the elders, them would have say if the head of the stream dirty more time, we can't expect better downstream, So I think that is one of the things where they kind of say.
Yeah, your mic muted, you're muted. I don't know if you haven't touched the mic button or something. All right, it's so like the boss mute.
Yeah, better now.
Yeah, I did mute.
Yeah, let me say, it's a thing we set back, and we have to grow out of them something there, grow out of them things there because, I mean, when we look upon, as Skill Cole said, see I go England, and it's not that we can't use, get. As you said, the balance. As you said, the balance. It's not that we can't use some baller from England. Yet at the same time, what will become of our ballers? Because we have talent, we have the thing. We have the thing, we have it. So, but as we said, the development, the grassroots development, we need the coaching. I don't know. Because for instance, it's weird, we say Jamaica will beat 80. Jamaica will beat Trinidad. Yet, if a club team from Jamaica play a club team from 80, we struggle.
You can't beat them, right?
We struggle. And what that suggests, the coaching is, I think we're lacking the coaching. I don't know as what, if there's any secret, if when you get a C license different from when you get an A license, if there's any secret, that the A license.
Remember the A is advanced, it's like you're getting a bachelor's, a master's, or a PhD.
Yet at the same time, football have one language, I don't know.
No, but I think football has one language, but I think the game has become a little bit more tactical though these days. You can't just go out there with your one language these days because coaches are speaking different languages on the field with their players.
Yeah, don't everything boil down to common sense.
No. Football not all boil down to common sense, my brother. Football boil down as well to statistics and what a player is giving you at each position. And let me give you an example. Thomas Frank. Look at that coach at Brentford. Small club that doesn't really rake in a lot of funds, right? He's happened to stay up in the Prem with mediocre players and decent players. You see Ivan Toney gone, Saudi Arabia, but he has happened to stay up in the Premier League with players who are mid-level salary cap players. he brought in a thing.
Hold on, is Brentford that club that me hear say
I
do
think
well
Ethan
in
Pinnock.
the business
Ethan Pinnock is there, man.
in the business that do very well in the business side of the football?
No. Let me explain. No, I'm talking about no matter you do well in the business, if the team is not winning, you're getting relegated. You would be a club who does good business but got relegated. So let me just tell you a little thing about Thomas Frank now. He was one of those persons who was pushing this whole thing where he wanted to check the statistics of how much ground each player is covering on the pitch at each position. You see me I say? And how much so when he brought that stats down to a minute level, you know that okay, there Messi said this player tends to start burning out after 40 minutes if he runs at this intensity in the first half or against these kind of opponents. Just think about the capability that give you.
I'm not overstand that.
Yeah.
Overstand.
But that's what I said. You just come in with common sense. You're not gonna be relying on that kind of data.
But even the statistics, you know, it's also common sense. It's not magic. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. All right, for instance, I was at Effortville Sunday down, and me in the stands, and I see a youth with a pen and paper and thing, and when I'm saying that I do, he might gather statistics. I mean, I say, wow, it's good. Because when you put all of that together, you know, with the logics and the common sense reasoning, with the statistics, I think there we can get some solutions. You know, that's why it brings me back to the point to say, is there a secret that the A license coach and the C license coach cannot access or will not be able to access within his own reasoning? I mean, I don't think it is all. I mean, it's good that the coach them can go up and, you know, get exposed to the levels. And I think, you know, I really think so. We're kind of lacking in the coaching.
Yeah, it's the coaching. Even remember the person just called before you say he coached BB Cook. And them time him say, no, no lies. Him just go a match at stadium and him love the ball.
All right. You know something? I listened to an interview with Tyreek Magee some time back. And Tyreek Magee, having gone to Belgium, it's like him realize rotted. But look, him actually admit it's like him said them spoil him in a high school.
Yeah.
Them spoil him in a high school. You know, them never, the coach never encourage him to defend. To run back.
No.
Them spoil him.
Yes. Tyreek Magee, sit up top. Just stay up top, Tyreek Magee. All right, you get it, man. You get it, man. Stay. You know, some coach on the sideline of Jamaica. Stay there, Magee. Stay there. You get it, man. You get it, man.
Tyreek Magee. You know, me did listen to a thing with coaches desk the other day. Well, recently, I'm a couple of days. And I talk about comparison between Tyreek Magee and Jermaine Hugh.
Mm-hmm. That's and a good comparison. That's actually a good comparison.
He was spot on.
I think that's a very good comparison. And we saw it was the same.
Spot on.
Listen, and it was the same kind of pushback Jermaine you got to get into the national team.
I am thinking it would be good if we don't make the same mistake with this youth. Mm-hmm. Because like we see the youth, we see him pan Ryan thing and McCarlin, and I have to admit, to tell the youths, as far as I am concerned, anything that Lionel Messi can do with a football, Tyreek Magee can do it. Anything that Lionel Messi can do with a football at him foot, Tyreek Magee can do it.
I'm not really sure about that still, but make you go on with that one day.
No, well, you don't have to be sure. I don't need nobody to defend when I say, you know. Me stand by what me say.
Yeah.
I don't need nobody to defend when I say. Stand by when me say.
It's because Messi them is like unicorn still, you know. Messi them.
Well, I think all right. You're the difference though. Messi was created. Messi has been through all the proper the development and the exposure and all the necessary things them where allow him to be who he is today. Tyreek Magee didn't go through that. Tyreek Magee is that raw material. Is the raw material to Messi.
Okay.
It's the raw material.
Yes, Messi raw. It's a raw
well,
Messi.
We're not comparing because you see, when we look at Maggie, as me say, and I think the coach have to be patient, in need, as me say, and I think he's intelligent and he's capable enough to be coached.
Yeah.
I think he's capable, and once he can take some talent from a coach who have that.
That start Magee tomorrow.
I don't see no reason why not.
I said throw a ball out there.
Oh, you mean?
Leg a ball around.
I mean, because me not see a better ball angle up on the side,
Right now, that me saying about and everything I got agree upon.
On the side,
But
me not see
Magee for you.
Me not see a better ball angle.
Me not see how Magee I come make Jamaica lose.
Well, there you go. Break it down, plain and simple.
Yeah, I don't really see how Magee makes Jamaica a less better team.
I think he's more than capable, man. Unless OP would have learned and he would have matured and would have get some more overstanding as to football. Because, one of the things that we see in football nowadays is that, when we are come up, we used to see man who play forward, then they run back. It's a lazy thing. And even amongst youth, when we would have to play today, because more time we go to Sunday evening and go think, But I'm see the youth them, even I'm feeling like a local scrimmage, or we play like a Sunday evening scrimmage. The youth them we're up front, we say them a play forward, they don't think about running back. I come more time we just stand up in the goal and just direct traffic in front.
More ask the people in the comment section and ask you guys, would you drop a Joel Latibodier in this game and have Bobby Reid and Casey Palmer play the deeper role and and Magee play the 10? Would you guys do that?
You see, Latibodier have some defensive capability.
True. That's why I know. And you know why I don't want to drop Latibodier?
So to protect Magee and to give him that room for the field magic. Yeah.
You need
I don't know why drop Bobby Reid.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I fit Bobby Reid nice side, because the man them know see how.
But we can't. I wouldn't sacrifice Latibodier, No, I don't know if I want to sacrifice Bobby Reid either, because with Bobby Reid, Casey Palmer in that midfield, it gives Magee the support where he would need.
Yeah, man. And you see Latibodier now. Latibodier has this special thing where he can drop in as a centre back and form a back three. And sometimes when one of our centre backs make a mistake,
with that defensive capability, I wouldn't want to leave them out. Because and we just want to get Magee to concentrate. And when I make him play the whole game, Imam Bobby Reid can share the game,
Yeah.
Imam Bobby Reid can share the game. Any one of them can start. But share the game between the two of them.
Yeah, that's how I see it. I believe that for me that when you look at it, you see Latibodier, he cannot bench. He cannot bench. We know that based on how we see it. But what we're gonna do is
because that's how we see it. Because I don't know what kind of spirit you get in him in the earlier stages.
Norman Campbell has to start for me down the right hand side.
Yeah, man, yeah, man, it's how you love him energy.
Yeah.
Love him energy. Sometimes he can be a little bit over enthusiastic still.
Yeah, him wild.
No, man, use them the rocket term.
No, I might term them, man. Yo, Jamaica wants to set a wild ball line, brother.
That's cool.
But guess what? No, man. Listen. Willie, man. You know why me can't talk so? Me is a man, and me promote Norman Campbell till you see Norman Campbell get a call up in a squad there. Me just promote Norman Campbell. So me do I see the wildness? I see that he has developed more where he's pushing some of that wildness out of his system to become more of a better player. Yeah, it's coming, but there's still that level of wildness there where him and Cephas have. Them just them just like trigger off and do something just like fully active. Like we are saying, whoa, when do that for? Like foolishness that. Like him do that. But overall, we know the talent is there that that talent that's a raw diamond is still being cut and shaped into a player, you know?
I was say, what I see in him is that he want to do good. It's like Kyle Dixon, he want to do good for him country.
Yeah.
Kyle Dixon is the youth want to do good for him country. So why them youth as we say a gem, you know? Them youth are a gem, and we have to protect them and encourage them and give them the support, you know. So we have the ticket.
Oh yeah, they stadium. Yo, you know, so you need to link up with one of my Bobo Virgin from over here. I moved back to Jamaica and him have one of them. Him have a greenhouse weed farm down there. You sound like a man like you need to link up, man. Turban is an artist too. He was an artist here in Europe too.
I must tell you, JT.
Yeah.
The reggae boys too that come. Yeah, man, they coming.
Okay. Yeah, man, Turban an artist, man. We tour Germany and them places. He man, him is a par with Nourishman. Nourishman live a Germany.
Nourishman, I'm a virgin, man. That's a virgin, man.
Ask Nourishman if him know the youth name.
Is that the one? I haven't seen him. But I think he was in Africa some time back. I kind of established himself.
We used to go a show Africa, with Nourishman, them man, Turban, man.
Yeah. Send me a number for him. Send me a number for Turban and we can link him, man.
Yeah, man. All right, we do that here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Just go and do your thing, man, and enough respect, man. Go and do your thing. Big up yourself. And as me say, reggae boys soon come. So we have something to look forward to. See,
man. And when we met the people them in the stadium play on a song, brother. Or the DJ them in the stadium.
I'm not going to we make some link to get that. We make some link to have that done.
Yeah,
you know, because it is important, and we want to look to promote it as much as we can, because you know it's a good look. It's a good sound. It's a good look. Well, personally speaking, my tune, I love it. I hear it, and then again, because you know, with my overstanding of music, we think it's a good song. So as we say, we have something to look forward to.
Yeah, man. Diversity is the name of the game, man.
Yeah, man. Go and do your thing, man, and not respect. And we love the reasoning, you know. And that's the thing there, you know. As we say, you know, it's not magic, you know. It's a reasoning, you know. Because no matter how arrogant I may sound, I'm still have to be subject to reason.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, no matter how, and we have to have some arrogance too, you know. That is part of us too, you know. Yet at the same time, all of that, we have to be subject to reason. you know, and that is simple. So as we said, JT, go and do your thing and we're there listen, yeah?
All right, bless up yourself,
man. Man. Big up yourself. Yeah, man.
All right. We'll take our next caller. Go ahead, caller. Caller, go ahead. You there?
Yes.
All right.
Am I on YouTube?
Yeah, man, we're live.
Yes. I have a few. I have a couple points. You started off the program with the premise that people overseas should not bully local people and whatnot.
I started off this program.
Yes. Sorry. Not this program. Another program.
Okay.
But you had brought up that point, right? I personally feel one of our deficiencies as a culture in Jamaica is our constant shying away from data and statistics. I'm a person who I study data and I react to data.
Okay, are you a data analyst?
No, I am not a data analyst, but that's how I live my life personally. I look at the evidence.
Okay, so you're a self-proclaimed data analyst.
No, I would not say that. I would say I made decisions based on data.
When did you start doing this?
When I left Jamaica and realized that the way I was cultured does not work.
Okay, so you did the relearning.
Yes.
Okay.
and I think that is harming us in a very serious way. I don't know if you share that view, but in my opinion, it's harming us in culturally, and it seeps over into the football as well.
Mhm.
You have a caller who just said, FIFA, who is playing in the USL, can do anything that Lionel Messi can do. Arguably the greatest footballer ever.
Mhm. But that's his opinion. That's the same thing Alan Skillcole just did.
But hold on. We have data.
The man that does tell us a common sense he might use coach's side.
But that's my point. That's what I'm saying. That that mentality will not work when we go up against other peoples who look at data, look at statistics, who plan, who study what you're doing and study how to counteract what you're doing. We are going to fail as a people when we go up against those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in terms of the whole,
but the caller was saying that he's saying that Messi, Magee can do anything that Messi can do. Him can talk to himself. Willie Bob, what did I say when you said that? Because this caller say it's basically madness you talk.
All right. Well, that's his opinion.
That's a fact. No, it's not an opinion. The fact is, CFAS is playing in the USL, the second division of the American football system, and Lionel Messi is arguably
not CFAS, it's Magee, not CFAS.
Magee is Lionel Messi is arguably the greatest player ever. These are facts. It's not my opinion.
I hear you. I'm not saying that Magee can go play for Barcelona or Magee if he go play for Real Madrid or whatever, some big side. What I said is that I think Magee can do anything that Lionel Messi can do with a football.
Okay, what that mean? All those top clubs, either they must be the delusional why they are not tearing down Magee's door. Why is Magee playing for one of those clubs? Since Magee is so good with the football, why isn't he playing for Barcelona? Why isn't he playing for Manchester City? Why isn't he playing for Chelsea?
You ever see some of them look? You ever see some of me see all look on YouTube. Me see all look at youth from Africa where him do something with football that would blow your mind. That would blow your mind.
But we are talking about professional footballers and
I'm not necessarily talking about. I never mentioned professional football. I said that what Lionel Messi can do with football, Magee can do it.
Okay,
I'm not talking about professional football. I'm not talking about international football. I said that anything that Messi can do with a football, Magee can do it.
And
I'm not talking about international and professional football.
Hold on. And you believe that on that basis, Magee must be the national team?
I don't believe in a belief.
Do you believe that Magee should be the national team?
Definitely.
On what basis? On what basis?
His ability.
Okay, but you on what ability?
As a ball handler. As a ball handler.
Issue, but then what is the same thing you're doing? You're saying that you're not saying that he can do what Messi can do. And that has nothing to do with professional football. But you're using that to say he must be the national team. No.
His ability. He is capable.
That's not
capable.
Then why is he playing in the USL?
That's bigger than me and you. Because, all right. For instance, Magee never go to an academy when he was 5 years old, when he was 6 years old. He never come up in a system.
Come on now. Again, he's in the USA because he's just not good as the other higher rated players. He's just not good as them.
What do you mean he's not good?
Okay.
As we say, I'm not talking about professional football. I'm not talking about international football. I'm saying what he can do with a football.
My friend, you're using that to say he must be. You're saying what you're using what he can quote unquote do with the football.
Separate and apart from that. With what he has done before. Take my opinion out of it. With what he has done before, with what he has done in front of our very eyes, he is more than an eligible candidate to be in the squad, even on the starting 11.
Again, this Magee person, if he is all of this and a bag of chips, why is he in the USL? Why the professionals at the highest level are overlooking him? They must be crazy.
Well, they could be crazy. They could be crazy. I didn't have a lot of mad people going in a team, you know.
Or Magee is just not at that level. Could it just be that? And that's the issue I brought up when I called. We are not using data and statistics to do anything.
All right. Let me ask you a question. Isn't it possible that a little baller will play corner league? What Messi do on a football field in our game? You have never seen a little baller will play corner league do the same thing?
I mean, a little ball that do corner league. Again, you mean keep up or pile or put one over someone's head? Is that what you're talking about?
Score a goal. We're talking about playing football in a competitive game.
All goals are not equal and all leagues are not equal. The player in the corner league who is scoring goals, it is highly unlikely that you'll be able to perform that way at the highest level. As you would be at the highest level.
No. That's not guaranteed to be at the highest level. No. I can't agree with that.
Okay.
Can you have a whole heap of baller who have the ability and never make it up to the highest level? Plenty baller. Plenty baller. They never make it up to the highest level, but they have the ability.
Okay, ability is not only physical. Hold on. Ability is not only physical. Ability is your ability also involves knowing how to read the game.
I'm gonna say Magee has that vision. Magee have that kind of football intelligence. I think Magee has that kind of football intelligence.
Then why is he in the USL? Answer that question.
And what is he? All right, he's playing in the USL. Have you when he's playing in the USL? Don't you see him doing some really well? Let's not overemphasize it. Don't you see him giving a good account of himself and displaying some exceptional skills?
Again, against what competition? You have to factor in the competition.
He can only play against the opponent in front of him. He can't play against man in a English Premier League, in a Ireland League. He only play against the opponent of what is presented in front of him. He can't put himself in a La Liga.
Hold on, but the people who are in La Liga and EPL, they have evaluated his talent and they say no.
Give me 2 minutes.
Most of them come through system, man. Most of them come through. If not all of them, they come through system. Come through a system.
Whatever they're coming through, Magee is not at their level.
Lionel Messi probably go to what you call it, an academy from a 5-year-old.
Okay, again, whatever they're doing, the fact is Magee is not at their level.
But I am still saying.
Maybe if I went to an academy, I would be a world-class soccer player. But the fact is, I am not.
And I am saying, had Magee gone through that kind of academy situation, we don't know where it would be today.
Maybe again, we can all have hypothetical, but the fact is, right now as we're speaking, Magee is not at that level.
And I am saying, had Magee gone through the kind of development when Messi got through, we don't know where it would be today.
Again, this notion that Jamaica is overflowing with talent.
I must remind you, I also said that Magee would be like a raw material to Messi.
Again,
I think I said that much.
Hold on. Is Magee as smart as Messi?
Me and you can stay where we are and decide that. But I think Magee has a good vision and a level of football intelligence.
But is that intelligent as Messi's?
Had he been brought up in the same system? He was not brought up in the same system, you know.
I think we are going to continue to struggle as a people if we continue down this road. We are going to struggle mightily.
You will probably struggle, you know. You will probably struggle. You know, if you want something, if you want to struggle,
hold on. Another example is this kid Kayim Dixon. Jamaican soccer fans have been drooling over him, talking him up and whatever. And he went to the UK. I think that is either the second or third division. Somebody correct me. And he's on the bench. The coach said he's not ready. And Jamaican people say, I'm breaking my
He was not brought up in a system that afforded his proper development. He's like raw material. Raw material.
Okay, but
with immense potential. Raw material with immense potential.
Again.
So all you need is that proper guidance and development, and sky would even be the limit.
Again, I do not think these players are as talented as we made them out to be. I don't think so.
That's your opinion, and you're entitled to that. I can't take that away from you. But still, at the same time, it don't mean that I have to share your sentiment.
But the evidence is saying that they are not. The evidence is not there to say that Jamaica is overflowing with raw talent.
Of course, Jamaica is flowing with talent. I can't say that. I would not agree with that. I can't agree with that.
Talent. Then we are them. Why aren't they matriculating at the elite level? Since they have this elite talent, why aren't we seeing this elite talent on display?
Systematic development.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. You know, I do think with proper training at the lower level, there will be some improvement. I do agree with that. You know, but I do not think the talent is at the degree that we think it is. I don't think it as the degree because talent. For example, the other day I asked, I think his name is Ancina, whatever. I was on this panel and he was talking about a particular player. And I said, what are the player's best quality? He said the player is 6-something, big and strong and fast. And I'm like, he did not bring up the player's intelligence. And that's the issue. When you look at
let me ask you something.
Hold on. When you look at Barcelona, when you look at the Spanish national team, you don't see a bunch of giants playing, a bunch of players who are the quickest in the world, the biggest and strongest in the world. But according to Thierry Henry, he said when he went to France, when he went to Spain, they have a system where it is brain first.
They have a what? They have a what? What you say? They have a what? They have a what?
They have a system. Hold on. Brain first. They have to first evaluate that the players are smart before the players are able to move on.
A very important ingredient. A very important. I will not discount the importance. And as we said, Magee and football intelligence. Still at the same time because of that lack of
we have Willie Bobby on the line right now. We have Willie Bobby and we have Stam up on the line right now. People, they're getting it live. When I said Magee, as good as Messi.
I was about to ask you, you ever see the youth play yet? You ever see the youth play yet?
I do.
What's your opinion? What's your view on Tyreek Magee as a footballer?
My view is that he's not an elite footballer based on the level at which he's playing.
His status would be decided on based on the league that he's playing in.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I see nothing wrong with that. Still, at the same time, it's not everybody going to play in the big league. Not everybody going to play in the big. That don't mean say you don't have great talent, great potential in the lower league.
No. Hold on. Okay. There are levels to this. The best players play in the big leagues. The best players. The best players. Okay. These clubs they have millions of dollars and they want to win. Why would they not choose the best?
And I say again, as you alluded to earlier, they have a system.
Yes,
where are you at 5 years old, 6 years old? They go to an academy and they are exposed to the highest level of coaching. And develop their intelligence and an opportunity to develop their intelligence, their football intelligence.
Hold on. But even with the system is there to select for a certain traits. In Jamaica, we do not select for a certain trait, even if we have a system.
Exactly.
Hold on. Even if we have a system, we are still going to use the system to select the player who is bigger, who's the biggest, strongest, and fastest.
Who said that?
When I ask Jamaican people...
Our technical director tell you that?
Again, because when I listen to Jamaican people talk about footballers, those are the things that they bring up. Those are things that they bring up.
So Downswell, the man who is our technical director, him declare that as our system, as an important ingredient in our system, but as the important ingredient in our system, size and speed. Size and speed is important, yes. Size and speed is important, of course. Well, size and speed is important. Yet you need that finesse. You need that suave.
My friend,
that refined ability.
My friend, you need to be smart.
So are you saying that I'm not smart? Are you suggesting that I'm not smart?
No, I am not talking about
you. Are you going that far? Are you getting personal now?
Hold on. When I say you, I mean the football player.
Which football player? You're talking about Magee? Are you saying that Magee is not smart?
No. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me finish. When I say you, I mean any footballer who the system must point to a potential football player. I said before you come in the system, you must be smart. I'm talking about any player. Me, if I want to play football, my level of intelligence must be assessed first.
I still don't see.
Wait, let me stop that. Bro, listen. Hold on there, my boss. Me have to just stop that there, so no, Stammer. Before kids play football, their level of intelligence need to be assessed. I think that is garbage, because guess what? The essence of football is to let young kids from the grassroots level go out there and just enjoy the game and expose themselves to the game. In Europe, no, one of the things that they wish they had was kids still playing football like on the streets, like in Brazil. Because certain things you develop there where you figure out for yourself that the data doesn't show you is you cannot teach that. There are certain things that football players do that you cannot teach that. And you always have to remember that element of surprise, that anomaly in the game. So I understand that you're preying data, but you're talking about kids' intelligence should be assessed. That's if you're now talking about the academy route. FIFA on a whole would want football to be a sport where kids go out there and enjoy the game, and you see the ones who are the better ones. But no, people have understood this. Remember, no, football is one of those sports, one of those games where they sell human beings. Like I sell you to another club. So it's like you have a staple or a stable somewhere down there in Qatar and develop some kind of horses. You're developing these horses specifically for running. But there are other horses running around out there. And maybe if you put them on the field against some of those same horses that were trained in a stable, then probably run left them because them horses they're wild. So you have to always keep these things in effect, Stama. It cannot just be for me, I'm all about data. I spend my days keeping up on where data is concerned. The European Union is one of the toughest on data protection laws. So I do understand that.
Of course.
Greetings.
JT, when I say
1 second.
JT, hold on. Let me correct JT. When I say the system must do this and the system must do that, I mean you weed out as you go. You for example, say you have a school, like in Jamaica, for example, you're tested at certain levels, and certain school require certain grades. So as you're going along, by the time you reach a particular level, the cream of the crop should rise based on intelligence. The cream of the crop should rise.
But football, listen, and what you don't understand too, you have to tell me about which intelligence, what level, what context, because some football players are some of the dumbest people as well. So because
on the field,
exactly. But so how does someone?
They must be smart, and they must be smart on the field. They must be smart on the field.
He might argue a losing point. So Stammer.
Hold on, JT.
Yeah, let somebody else go through. Yeah, somebody else can work.
Okay, what I'm saying is that the intelligent part is a losing battle because nobody really determines who's the most intelligent. We just judge a player based on how you play, how accurate he is, how consistent he is. This is one of those players that has been consistent throughout his entire career, comparable to Cristiano Ronaldo. Each season, they all end up scoring close to 60 goals. I think one other player who did that was Cavani. He did that. I think there was one season that passed on Edinson Cavani from Uruguay for up to 60 goals, but he never really replicated it.
So when it comes to comparing players now, size, I wouldn't say size. Football is one of the sport where
And size is
doesn't really
relative.
matter.
Size is relative to me for the position as well. Because certain
Yeah,
places I don't want giant players playing.
Yeah, like goalkeeper. You always want
A tall enough goalkeeper.
About a 6'5" or something, right? Over
Yeah.
6'5".
Is that being tall as a goalkeeper is an advantage?
And then Leo Messi is 5'7". The topic started. This started because he was compared to Leo Messi, right? And I don't see those two players on the same playing field.
No, but you know what? Guess what? In a general, here is where something went over your heads. What Willie Bobby said. Willie Bobby didn't compare Tyreek Magee to Messi as far as Messi's professional career or where he is right now.
Career as a football
player. He's saying let's strip away Messi's development and the whole systematic approach, and you put him out in the wild, and they came up. Tyreek Magee would be in that kind of ilk of players to him. I think Stammer added a whole another thing to it, and then Willie Bobby tried to defend his point. But they were both debating on two different spectrums. I don't think they realized that.
So if I remember clearly, he said anything Messi can do with the ball
at his foot,
Tyreek Magee can do it too, right? While some of that might be true, I kind of see what he was saying, but sometimes when you have to explain specifically what you're talking about, because he said that in a general sense, as if anything Messi do with the ball, Tyreek Magee can
at his foot. When he even said that to me, I got even the understanding that he's not even talking about in an actual football game. Like, you see me, I get it where him just thinks you know a youth Odin we can play ball. I mean know a youth who can play ball. The two of them probably they are one place, and you see them meet up and I say that youth they can do it, that youth they can do. But if the youth where you come with get picked up by Arsenal, by the time the same youth we can do him can do with the football, see him back at 17, him can't touch that the youth they will develop at Arsenal because they have now added on to that raw talent. Tyreek Magee didn't get that added touch, and even if he did, I still think he wouldn't be Messi level, you know, because Messi.
But we don't know. You
can't say we don't know because we would know.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I said that they say he wouldn't, and because I put Messi them like Maradona and them. There's in history there's certain players that just pop out like a sore thumb. You have the Maradona, the Ronaldos, the Ronaldinos, the Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Zinedine Zidane. You see me? When we start talking about those ilka players, they are the special kind of football players that the universe just graces us with every so many eras. You see me?
Yeah, every
so Messi now, Tyreek Magee could have been like a good level player. You see me? Yeah. You see me? I look at my mind below that we have players like Robin and a lot of those other players. So Tyreek Magee maybe could have hit one of those levels. But I'm saying Messi is above those levels of all those players and up there with the Maradona and the Peles. You see me? This we are talking about Messi them now, like Maradona and Pele them.
Yeah. You know what else to JT? The development is important too, but you still have to remember the same system that we might say.
No, man, he just took the caller thing out of context. The caller thing, I think he threw it in Messi's entire footballing career. You went to school. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, no. Yeah, my pass.
JT.
Pass that point there, JT.
Okay. JT, you're being somewhat disingenuous, JT. I'm JT, you're being somewhat disingenuous.
How am I being disingenuous? I'll let you guys talk for a long time. I heard both of you.
Because the caller, hold on. I want to address JT.
You get 30 minutes. Give me a second now.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So what I'm saying is I kind of moved on from that point. You said that we wouldn't know if Magee would have reached the same level. Here's my thing, right? Because when it comes to football, comparing players all over the world, I think when once you're talented, you're that good of a football. Okay, look back N'Golo Kante. Kante come up. He never really be in the football coming up all the way. Kante joined football late, and still he progressed to the highest heights. He made it to the Champions League. He was deemed one of the best central midfielder at one point in football. So when
But he had a system. He came to a system. Kante came to a system.
No, he didn't. He
all the way. You mean at no point was he integrated into a system?
He started late, Willie Bob. You hear me, Asana? So
yeah.
When we compare Tyreek Magee, right? Me would have compare Darren Mattax to Tyreek Magee. Because remember, say I same place them come from, same system.
No, Mattax not have the skill set, the ball handling ability with Tyreek Magee. I don't see that. I don't see that. Yes, my lord.
I'm going to say to you regarding that point is, it's not true because Mattax played in MLS. He was Rookie of the Year and he stayed in MLS for the longest. One of Jamaica's best players. When he
was definitely one of the best strikers. But I still don't think him have the ball handling ability where Magee have. That's all I'm saying.
We're talking about position now. Yes, he could handle the ball too. Because if he wasn't able to handle the ball, he wouldn't be the type of player he was in the MLS. So
what I see Magee do in the football, I have not seen Mattax do it.
All right. So may I say this because I don't want to stay up on it point too long. All right. It seems as if anybody may compare Magee to, yeah, they say Magee better than him. So may I get?
I'm not saying better. I'm not saying better.
People, we do over. I'm not saying better. We do even have 150 likes on the videos. People, I must joke things. People, let's get the
caller. If you were listening to the discussion,
let's get the likes up on the
my goal in the discussion.
Well, if you're viewing on your television, I don't
highlight
know how to do it. Use your remote.
Where we're going wrong.
Television set. Use your remote and just hit the like.
We are going again. It's a national problem. But if you go into football, we do not look on the evidence.
Just make sure you just hit the little like.
We love what we love, and no matter what the evidence is saying, no matter what the data is saying, we believe in it still.
I don't know if you're watching it on.
You understand?
You can use the mouse and just hit the like.
And so much so that the players themselves are being hurt because these players are being judged on a particular level coming up, and when they go out and face the world, they do not perform. When we have
the difference is the system.
Okay, hold on. When we have these players who Jamaicans rate highly, when these players go up on the international level and at the elite level, these players fail. But these players are rated highly by Jamaican football aficionados. That is telling me that the way all Jamaican aficionados evaluate players is wrong.
Is it a lack of ability?
Let me ask Tama for a second. What are some of your footballing acumens?
My acumen
in football.
My acumen is data and evidence. That's it. I look at the evidence. That's it.
Okay, so you're not an athlete, right?
No.
Okay, so you're strictly can you also agree that somebody who has played the sport will have an advantage over you with their understanding of the game?
No.
Okay. All right. We're gonna move on to another point then. Because that solves that, bro. There's no because you're gonna be guess what now? You're gonna be stuck to the data and there is gonna be no wiggle room in your reasoning. So we're gonna be here forever. So it doesn't make sense. You're gonna find another one and another thing. Yeah, and another thing.
JT. For example, at the elite level, there are certain things that okay, most of the owners of the top clubs never played football. You have to go, and the coach and the footballing staff have to go in the boardroom and explain to those people what's going on. They have to use data to communicate with those people. Those people are going to ask certain data-driven questions that you must be able to answer. You understand? So this notion that if you never play the game, you cannot look at what's going on and come to a conclusion. You know, to me.
No, you know why? You know why? Because you see, if it, let's say people, you never, you've never flown a plane before, right? But you've played a lot of video games, and you study the data about aviation and how many crashes take place and how you land and all this stuff. There's no way you're gonna tell me that you got enough information than an actual pilot who got in the cockpit and flew that jet.
No, you're right. You're right.
What you're watching
you're right.
on
However,
data. I need somebody. I need Einstein, Da Vinci, Leonardo, all those greats to come back and explain this to me.
JT, you're right about unique experiences. Certain experiences are unique. You're correct. But for example, you have to be able to explain the game on a data level.
But when you started studying data, remember, football was still football before the game was data driven. Data was just the football players were doing what they were doing before they had data. Data is now just what's telling you what the players has been doing. So, I don't understand how you're looking.
Experience teach wisdom.
Listen for a second. Listen, Brossi. You're only as knowledgeable as the experience you have. You cannot surpass that. You have to go back and just redo science or redo physics of how things work. The experience give you more time to understand what's going on.
Experience teach wisdom.
Not just looking at some data and say, okay, I understand the football game because I look at data. Playing the game, you would know how wait, hold on, Summer. You would know how development works. For some players,
all right.
Some players might be even along the way, but their nutrition isn't right. Something might be off. Things as a player, understand things in the home affecting the player. The player don't really have a vision. Challenges. The coach is not really developing this player the way there's so many other things that we understand as a player who plays football, my boss.
I want them to realize.
JT, I totally agree with you, but JT, for example, say you have somebody say, okay, you know, say we're discussing a Premier League club, for example, and somebody come and say, you know, you have a midfielder, this midfielder is bad, you know, he's good with the ball and whatever, right?
Is there, you know, any famous coaches that never played football? I think there probably been a few, but isn't that more on the side of the anomaly?
I agree. I agree.
You keep saying you're agreeing. You keep saying you're agreeing and continuing. But you keep saying you're agreeing and you're continuing. Bro, there's so many things. What I'm saying, Stammer, so many things to bore holes in your argument. It's unreal.
JT, are you hold on. Are you familiar?
The same point, Stammer.
No, I am going to give an example.
Just hear me. I say what you're talking about is this data thing, right? Here we understand say every country in the world using data as a measuring tool to determine who the best players are. Jamaica might not be there yet fully, but eventually they're gonna get there, right? And you have to always remember the football is improving slowly but surely. We have a capable coach. Things is coming together slowly. So this point that you're repeating yourself several times over the same point.
I am going to give an example.
You gotta be more concise. You gotta be more concise in your presentation, bro.
Okay. JT, you have a player, and you know, for example, you come and say, you know, the player based on your intuition, the player is a very good player. When the player is analyzed, the player only completes 40% of his passes.
Mm.
What should be judged there? The person who is saying the player is a good player, or we should look and say, okay, this player only completes 40% of his passes.
And then and guess what? Then as a football player, to show you that if you didn't play the sport, I would then say, what am I bringing in this player in the team for? Am I bringing this player in as a passer or a person who just helps me to hold up position, who tackles well, who's good in the air? So I'm good. So it's not just one thing. You bring in players for. Listen, I'm not gonna be building a house. I'm a hire mechanic. That's not how it works. You bring in the pieces when you're building a team.
I specifically talk about the central midfield position where passing is important.
So no, you're talking about the midfield position now. So you see a player who brings it. More, all right. So then I'm gonna ask to see a defensive midfielder that I need to tackle. And then hopefully the coach can even help to improve his passing. The player might have other attributes, but we saw flaws in his game that we think when he comes to the club, that's something we can help him to iron out as well. You have to think about it that way as well. So understand the data is quite rigid, and he says 40% of the passes. But there's data there will also show what I'm saying, because there's another side of the data that might show other attributes. Even with a Tyreek Magee, might show that he doesn't track back as much or tackle as much, but he could maybe show that he completes more of his passes than a lot of players that we consider better as well. So the data also goes on both sides. But originally, people always have a ballpark understanding of how good a player is. That's throughout history. That's throughout history of football.
Okay. But for example, I'm going to show you how you guys react to the data, because when they put Damian Lowe in the midfield, you guys don't want him there because you guys said he doesn't know how to pass the ball.
No, we know that's not necessarily why we don't want Damian Lowe there. It's because he's not a defensive midfielder. Dude, I'm saying I'm gonna find an answer for everything you say. So I'm just waiting for you to stop. So keep going.
But maybe not you, but many people.
But that's maybe the world was a different thing than it is today. We can go into maybes.
We can't fight the world.
Yeah, you're a maybe. Are you? I thought you were gonna have. Listen, I thought we were going to have a data-stricken argument. I thought we were going to have a data-stricken argument. No, you're talking about maybes. Let's bring in cryptic. Let's come in, because maybes. Unite.
Many Jamaican people do not want Damian Lowe in the midfield because he doesn't know how to pass the ball. That's a fact.
Ease up. A critic turn.
Yeah, man, respect. JT, me I listen to you, man. I never touch upon the Magee semantic with the Messi thing. Because I know so that we not go there. So my point is not JT. This is my point, right? We under the idea say a certain set of people are better this than we and better training than we. But so sometimes from a third world country, make it look like say, yo, what we are get disadvantage, because what me don't agree with. There's method of how another, like say a European do things, and there's a method how we do things. I think that if how we do things, if it is actually good, bro, it would have been shown on the world stage. It's just like how the Brazilian them do things back in them days.
Yeah, no, but you can do things, but are you doing what you're intended to do correctly?
No, but that's
the Europeans do have the resources to carry out what they want to do as well. You have to also keep into consideration the challenges that a country like Jamaica face. And when it comes down to even fields and infrastructure, just basic necessities for players, accommodation, where Jamaica is coming from. So it's not just about a method, and Europeans always invest in sports. That's just a thing. They see sports as a huge part of their economy, not like our government.
Yeah, but well, look, now my point is, JT. All right, a man would say hypothetically say, if this African kid did get the same training like Messi, he would have probably in a Messi shoes. But what them now look on is that there's 1,000 Argentine will get it like Messi and still in a Messi shoes. So what make you think this? That's how everybody thinking of them own mind as I tell them. I say, say me have this African kid who can juggle the ball on him toe. If them man did it rare, but what them not think about that there's 1,000 Argentine
But bro,
kids.
I hope, Cryptic, I hope I know that we're here discussing that Tyreek Magee as good as Messi, because I just explained that thing. So that's I just want to make that clear, people. I just want to make that clear.
Me not talk about that. Me I say the general concept is that we might say certain kids or certain set of people get better things about. What I'm trying to say is that if we are doing it our way or we can do it. If it's working, regardless of what we have, if it's working, we would have become the model where people want to fight.
You cannot say regardless of what you have. You can have a race car and you say regardless is that I have a spear on it. I need to beat this Ferrari who has some really good tires. Bro, I'm telling you, this stuff, I defeat people on these every day. I'm telling you, bro.
JT, resources.
What me I try? No, man. What me I try?
Resources, mindset, dictates resources. Maybe the resources are not there because of our mindset.
No, bro, that's because of the country's development and government and leaders not delivering.
Our mindset. We take the leaders. Our mindset.
My issue, JT, my issue is that what give you the right as a Jamaican, where what give you the right as a Jamaican to say if you have 10 German you overseas, them will be an Iniesta. What give you the right to say that versus a man from Africa? And can say the same thing too.
Am I saying that, bro? I hope we're making this clear.
No. I mean, I say literal, but that's the standpoint of how we are saying, if we did have this or we did have that, we not better see. But it doesn't have.
That I agree. If Jamaica had the infrastructure, the coaching, and all the facilities coming, Jamaica would be as competitive as anybody who has those programs in the world. I don't think that the kid them had just turn board like nail up and rock stone.
JT,
I just believe that. That's my thing.
JT, I think you're overstating that. You're overstating that.
So what you're saying, we're saying the kids in Jamaica couldn't learn the game.
No, but and about tough heading.
I am not saying that, JT.
So what are we talking about?
JT, I am not saying that. I am saying we cannot assume that all is needed is money.
No. All right. So let's have more. Let's assume we don't need anything else then. That you want me to assume? You see, bro, you're assuming in the opposite direction. I'm assuming in the way that I know how the world operates.
No, JT, because in other areas of Jamaican life, we over the years, we assume and we say all is needed is money for this.
So you know that you're actually, you're actually.
We normally bring money in the thing, man. Because Jamaica have a whole for money, man. Jamaica whole for money, man.
Hold on. We normally say
everybody at teeth in Jamaica. We have a whole for money to teeth. We're not thinking time whole for money. Money about, man.
Kind of money
we normally say
we have most car, we have most house, we have most clothes. We have money.
Hold on,
which is our priority. It is our priority.
We normally say all the youth need is money for the crime to stop. When the youth get money,
we don't say that. We don't say that. No, the youth say that.
No, Jamaica,
maybe the I say that, but I don't say that.
People on this program, am I lying?
Some people say that. Let's be fair. Some people. I don't know from us.
For the longest time,
some people say that.
And for the longest time, Jamaican people normally say all the youth want the money, all they want the opportunity, and the youth get the money and get the opportunity, they buy more guns. Money is not always the solution.
I think we're talking about two different monies here.
No,
No, when
JT,
I'm saying no, for
it's in
me,
the same line.
no, this, my friend,
It's in the same line. It's in the same
Just hear
line.
what I'm saying. No, I'm talking about structured monies from like you'd see how certain countries they offset a certain amount of finance for sport development on a higher scale and based on their capabilities and how they can do it. That's what I would want to see for Jamaica. You're
All right.
actually
Then
you don't
JT,
actually understand that you're debating for the point of us to be able to do better with less. That's what you're
no,
debating.
JT,
No, I'm
no,
telling you, that's
JT,
what it sounds like.
I am saying, JT, I would love for Jamaica to have the stadia, the proper field, the proper infrastructure, the proper gears. But what I am also saying, we must not assume that the only problem is that. We have to add other factors as well. Yes, Jamaica must improve. Yes, the field must improve. Yes, the
Right.
coaching must improve. But I want us to
Bro.
consider other things.
You can preach.
JT,
You can
alright.
preach
What's
till you're
your-
weak, brother. Money needed.
All right.
Go on a road.
What's on the JT?
I agree.
JT, what the difference? What the difference between Chile and the South American country around him? You know, so Chile is a first world country. So where you think Chile are lack? Why them not produce the numbers like Argentina? What them like? How can you name one Alexis Sanchez and
Yeah, but
maybe a couple
but Chile is
Where
still-
can you name 5 Chile baller? Why them are lack? You
No,
know, believe that
because
Chile just don't have the talent.
Okay.
Like-
but comparing to us.
Mm-hmm.
Compare-
No, like compared to them competitors like Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, you don't just naturally believe say Chile is a first world country. Them know what them neighbors do, but them
No,
just don't.
Chile had its swings. Chile had its ups and downs. They were good at one point where they were putting to a lot of players. And I don't know any Caribbean country who has ever hit the levels that Chile has hit. Chile beat
That
Brazil.
Chile has been.
Yeah, they beat Brazil, they beat Colombia, they beat all the top dogs when they were at it. Chile, on the other hand, though, they have moments where they have a good amount of players that come through. Not like the Brazil as well. When you look at the population of Brazil, people always have to consider that you're picking the best from a wider pool as well. You see me I say? So that's how I see it. The Colombia, bigger country, bigger economy.
You know, say in some country, brother, I play with some man in Africa, the South America. You know, say the man them play with the ball hard like a bombara. You know, say football is a cultural thing. That's why you have certain man kick the ball hard. Them have better control because you have some man play with all the ball them hard like a rock in a brother. Where if you kick it on your foot, you can't be two punches in a brother. Football is a thing with cultural, brother. We mean say you have a certain people in a certain land where them just the worst of them just better than you, bro. Because if we just look on it, so me think all the man at Trinidad right now, I say, boy, if me have 50 million right now, me produce more ball than Jamaica too, you know. Everybody I got think say if them they have this, them that do this.
No,
Me not think me not look for football.
I am partially in agreement with you. Like I said before, money is important. Investment, is needed because as the generation goes along, you have to be at the standard. So, for example, the fields in Jamaica must improve. The infrastructure must improve. The coaching must improve, and all of that. You understand?
The system overall must improve.
Hold on, but I want us to consider other things because I have seen in other areas of life where we just assume certain things without any data, without any research, and just say, okay, do that, and it does not work.
Listen, let me say this to you. Wait, name Crispy or Stomach. I love research. I love data. A psychology study. That's all research. All the social sciences is based on data, statistics. So I'm all for that, and I understand where you're trying to go with that. But I see where I walk out of my house and I can go on any pristine field to play, either here the academy fields or the community, the municipality, public people can go on it and play once there's not training. And there's just fields everywhere. And the kids show up and they play football. They feel like professionals already because they're already on a nice field. They have on their joggers, their sweats. They have the cones laid out. Coaches have on them. Listen, there's a certain psychology behind this that you will never understand. As I said, that's why I draw for the importance of playing the game before.
I am not. Nobody will disagree with you. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Summer, can I finish? Playing the game. When I used to watch a game, I see a Del Piero them kick the ball. You see, after I don't watch Italy, when I'm bridging them, I feel we all try them thing there. And because you see me, we say, them man, we look up to Del Piero, them Zidane, them we see them man, they make the roll over the ball. Them thing they are practice. You see, when you have on a jersey as a youth, you feel different. When you're on a nice field, a player, you feel different. You will never understand that if you never play the ball game, brother. That match I tell you. That I don't know.
Again, you can use the whole never play the ball game against me all you want. But like I said before, I agree. That,
because
I agree that the facilities need to improve because you must be at the international standard. I agree with that. The fees must improve.
Yeah, but you guys want to get to the international standard without having the proper facilities to meet international standards requirements.
No,
that's what you're saying, guys. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. When I say international standard, I mean the facility. I want us to have the international standard.
The facility is part of the catalyst for the game. So what are you talking about?
I agree. I am not disagreeing. I am
so
just saying.
Why are we still talking about this then?
I am saying we must factor other things in as well. Maybe it's not only the facility that's holding us back. Maybe other things are there as well.
But everybody know that there's gonna be other things, but
no, but they don't know that.
All I'm gonna say
is because we have
no,
people
Stammer, what you want to know? We're gonna talk about this for 3 hours, brother.
No,
we cannot do that, bro, because we have to continue with the show because you're not gonna stop. Because I'm telling you, no matter what you say, what you're saying, I already know. You're preaching to the choir, bro. I do this every day. I play the game, and the same statistics that you're talking about, everything comes down with machine learning. I bet on football data. I'm big on that stuff, but I know what infrastructure does. This is why when economies want to grow and countries want to improve, the first step they make is to develop the infrastructure. Infrastructure. That's key. We don't care what people want to explain to me, because all those other countries around the world, probably a lot of countries have better even stadiums than Jamaica. When you even look at a simple country like Trinidad, so many stadiums. But you see, Trinidad football took a dip because of what took place for them to get even those stadiums, probably through Jack Warner and everything.
JT, everything begins with mindset. Everything begins with mindset.
Okay.
Everything begins with mindset.
All right, let me answer this. All right, let's say we have me and you live. We live in. Let's say we all live in a mountainous area, right? There's nowhere. It's very mountainous. We have to swing on a rope from one end to the next one over there. So the mountain. That's how we travel. We live up in the hills. And I want to be a track and field athlete. My mindset tells me that I can do this. I can develop up here on top of this mountain. How do I train to become a good runner if I'm swinging on ropes across? Just explain that to me.
You will have to think your way through.
I want you to think through that. I want you to think through training up in the mountains where we're living on rocks and we have to swing from pole to pole over to the next side of the mountain. I want you tell me how we train for running.
Again, maybe I'm not going to train like the other runners.
Your stand is maybe. That's your key word.
Maybe you have to train in a different way. Maybe you have to train a different way because that's how it is. Different countries have different terrain or whatever, and you have to train or you have to train. But what I'm trying to say is that again, I agree with infrastructure and whatnot. our lack of infrastructure is because of our mindset. Our lack of infrastructure, we do not. Again, I see this notion that Jamaicans are just good at everything is not correct. A previous caller said, even in education, Jamaicans are very good. That's incorrect. Recently, they did a test of other countries in the world and the education of the children, and Jamaica was in the lower 10th. So this notion that Jamaicans are good at everything and in the world is just not true. It's just not true. We are very poor. We are very poor regarding education.
Well, Stammer, your hard work. Your hard work. Yeah, I admire your, resilience. Your. I think your kudos. I think your thumbs up for your resilience. Yes.
Yeah, man, you're firm, man. You're firm, man.
Big up yourself, Stammer. No respect. Trust me.
No, the reason why I am so adamant is because when I left Jamaica and I went out in the wider world and I see how people
relate you as a Jamaican.
No. And I see how people go about making decisions, and I'm like, that's not, I have to kind of adapt here. I have to do something different. You know what I mean? I have to move off my grandmother told me this, and we have been doing it for these many years, and we're not going to change. And you have to, if you want to be successful, you have to carry yourself a particular way. You have to think in a particular way.
You don't think a part of that was you being Jamaican?
A part of what?
Your ability to integrate, your ability to fit in a system that you're not used to. You don't think part of that is you being a Jamaican?
Well, you could be right, because I went to America, and America speak English, and so certain things are similar. So being Jamaican helps.
Were you a good English speaker when you were in Jamaica?
Yes.
Okay, and you learned English here. But you still didn't think you learned English to the highest level, though, right?
It was my fault, but I wasn't.
Let's talk about the other people.
Huh?
Yeah, the other people who learned English in Jamaica.
They would speak English well.
Okay.
They would speak English well.
I'm asking you. You do you think a majority of Jamaicans speak proper English well?
No, I don't.
But we had English teachers right throughout, right?
Yes, but hold on. One of the problems is that we have the patois. Hold on. One of the problems is that we have the patois that is part English, going along with the 100% English. And I did a course in child development, and the course, a part of the course said that it is not healthy for children to learn, at a certain age, when they're very, very young, to learn two different languages simultaneously. It should be one after the other. And I think that's a part, because we don't pronounce some of the words correctly, and because of the pronunciation, then we don't spell them correctly. You know what I mean? We say little and we say buckle.
Listen. People understand that. Stammer, sometimes
yes,
you explain a lot of things that people already know.
You know that, right? I am explaining why even though the English is being taught, why some people might have problems.
But there are other countries that speak dual languages.
Yes,
and people
yes,
get
they
that. But
do.
I don't want to become a. That's why I've been trying to stop it so it doesn't actually ended up in a language course or a linguistic course. That's what I was trying to tell you early on, because I know that's where it's going, to a linguistic course. Because you're not very mindful of the fact that there are other people in the comment section. There's other people in your stomach. Where I'm saying to you is what we're discussing here tonight. I was telling you we will never agree on that. I believe that data coupled with proper development comes through infrastructure and laying the groundwork to get there.
Yeah,
So I don't want to debate that and discuss that. You know what I mean? I have my ideas about that, and I understand it from a level. I don't need any data to know that.
But you we also know that because of the data, right? Because we see that when they go to play against certain countries, they don't do well, and then we start to ask the question why based on the data, and then we say, okay, maybe we need infrastructure, we need system. So we are actually reacting to the data of not doing well. You understand? We are reacting to the data of not doing well because.
But I'm asking you, where was the data when you wasn't taking data, when you weren't taking data? Before you started taking data, people were developing, people were looking ahead. It's just Jamaica was always distracted. But guys, I don't want to get down to that. We want to move on. Let me mute. Cryptic. As I said, still, should Tyreek Magee get a start tomorrow? Don't think it will happen, but I would like to see him out there in the game, not just getting 10 minutes and run on and is hoping that he can do something. You know what I mean? Like, these are the bogus chances. Give the player a chance. If he doesn't cut it, we move on. Someone else, next man up. You see me? I say, but I don't buy this thing of the player coming in and people saying because Bobby Reid them can't go up on the bench. That's another thing. I don't get married to the idea of any player. That's why players. I'm gonna be. I need to finish a point, bro. Like we're not gonna yet because remember me have a show me run to, you know.
But I want to ask you, why do you rate Tyreek Magee so highly? I want to ask you that question.
I'm not rating Tyreek Magee so highly. I'm speaking to the demands of the Jamaica national team and what we're missing. This is not about rating.
I rate Tyreek Magee highly. Personally, I rate Tyreek Magee highly as a ball handler.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
I mean, yeah. I rate Tyreek Magee highly as a ball handler.
Man, tell you they know. Like when me try to tell what you don't understand is you're debating certain things that people are not going to move on, because then they would have to give up their fundamental human right, which is their free speech and their opinion. And that's what you don't understand. There's certain things I discuss it with people and I give them that right to have that opinion. And sometimes people you know what I mean? Like, so that's what I'm trying to tell Stammer. He's trying to convince people on every single point. And there are certain things, no matter what data you come with, the man's him rate the baller. Just like when we rate a Ravel Mars, the data is there, how many clubs he has.
JT, don't forget Sir Ravel rate Tyreek Magee.
Yeah, because you see that Magee is one of the few players who is the touch player who plays this kind of football that's played in England, who moves around the field, touches the football, composes on the ball. That's why Ravel Morrissey said that. He saw something that could fit in somewhere else. He never said this a player. He know it. He see it's a touch player. That's what Tyreek Magee is. And for people don't understand the ball game, with those players, they give your team something else going forward. As you said,
it's like magic, man. It's like magic.
Remember that.
That's why they would have referred to him as the magician. That's why they would have referred to Jermaine Hugh as the magician.
But we don't want to have players.
You say you.
I don't want to have players who are quote unquote magicians, and then the score line does not reflect.
But
understand?
until that happens, you don't have any data, do you?
But yes, Ravel, the elite teams have rejected Ravel. Something is wrong there.
No, we never said that. We get into our next discussion. I tell you, I use it as an example, Bossy. I use it as an example. I just segued into that. You see me? It was just an extended statement. So I was just saying.
Stammer, you know, real Maggie. You know, what you think about Maggie, Stammer? What do you think about Tyreek Magee as a footballer?
Carla, I have seen videos of him. I want to see him against elite competition, and then I can come to a conclusion. I have not come to a conclusion yet.
We have come to that conclusion.
I understand you. Well, let me tell you something, Stammer. I have been watching Tyreek Magee from high school.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen Tyreek Magee at Arbor View.
I
think his Belgium experience was unfortunate. I don't know. He's not the only one who went to Belgium and it never worked out for them. And there is something about Belgium that don't seem to work for us.
But
that's not true. That's not true. It worked for Shemar Nicholson.
Craig Butler, Craig Butler,
It don't work for it work for Shamar Nicholson because Shamar Nicholson is a striker.
One person we talk
kind
at
of
the time,
ball
right?
and that Tyreek Magee is. Belgium probably just never worked for him because of the type of ball and that he is. I don't know. Yeah. But it suggests to me, and he's not the only one that went to Belgium and it never worked out for him.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is Shemar go over there and there's other players. I think Bailey and Kyle at their young age went over there. So it's not really for everybody. You see what I say?
All right, reasonable.
Some things work out for some people, other people it may not work out for them. That's
Carla, you said Magee is a ball handler. Ball handlers in the Jamaican context tend to hold on to the ball for a very long time. Could that be one of Tyreek Magee's problems, that he holds on to the ball too long?
Which problem, bro? You alone have a problem right now.
I am asking a question. Ball handlers hold on to the ball for
when was the last game? You watch highlights. You watch highlights.
Ball handlers in possession of the football is an advantage for your team.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that I'm asking you if it could be a possibility that he holds onto the ball too long.
Stammer, is there any player in Jamaican football history that you think does anything that you require as good?
You mean on the island?
Or just throughout our history of football, Jamaica?
I like Bibi Gardner. I think Bibi Gardner was my favorite.
Okay, so that's it.
Yeah, Bibi Gardner was my favorite. Yeah, he was my favorite.
Yeah, Odian, you have something to say?
I met him.
No, but I'm going to know story. No, going to story. No, we're gonna let somebody else speak. Stammer, go ahead.
Odian. All right. So regarding Tyreek Magee, he's one of those players that's suited for the role, a passing type of football. So I'm not against it. He will also be sharing the time with Casey Palmer, I believe. So it's not, the responsibility won't be solely on Tyreek Magee to carry the passing role.
Brother, when the man talk about Tyreek Magee, Odian, you don't think that Tyreek Magee wanna go play for Jamaica? So like he's a role player. You're bringing a player to play a role. That's why I'm tell you, say, brother, I'm not care about data. Stammer want to study a football game. There's certain man out there say even he's not a great tackler, but when we need the team to make the final pass there, that player is out there and the coach keep him out there. But he lacks in something else. But there's a player out there that has his strength but lacks in one of his abilities. That's just the balance of the ball game. You see me? I say, so they're thinking about Tyreek Magee in this isolated, like just standing there, like Tyreek Magee just standing there on the field by himself. playing for Jamaica. That's not how we vision football.
I remember when many people were hyping up Cephas, and when I saw him, I was disappointed. You understand? So because
but what did the data? What did the data says on Cephas?
Yo, Stammer,
I have not looked at.
Look at the data. Look at the data from Cephas.
Let me say something real quick. You see, even though we did hype up Cephas in the beginning,
yes,
he came out and stated that he didn't really perform how we wanted him to perform. So it's like you're skipping over a lot of good things and you're focusing on the negative. I don't understand why you keep doing it.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to come off as doing that. But we have a problem with assessing players accurately. I want to flesh that out. I don't want to do. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, people.
Let's
up people. We have to put them people up on the radio show on FSL.
Jamaican
so we'll be over there on the radio show.
Rate highly. And
we have Stammer on the channel, and him now go don't talk. So we have to just give him a radio station.
Stammer, you said
right?
20
so people, bless up on yourself. Anytime it gets like this where we can't, I think we break it
It's
down on the
all
radio
part
show.
of the assessment.
Since some of them now go stop talking.
Well, I mean, I tell you, Stammer, he's, me rate you, man. As me said, me rate your resilience.
FIFA was not crossing the ball. FIFA was not crossing the ball. He was running down the flanks. And he's not passing the ball. I'm like,
just admit that to your Stammer. Just admit that to you. Make another point now. Make another point.
I hope Magee performs well for the sake of this, for the sake of the caller here.
It's a beautiful first touch, and Rashford is in, and Rashford has scored. Okay, it's done really well. Havertz is running through for